Little inside baseball here.
You guys get to see the how the bacon is made.
The Audacity is up and running now, so you can pick up that microphone too.
Trump beers. That's not it. Oh, baby. Apparently,
oh, baby, I love your way.
Apparently, there's a Truck Beers something on Instagram, like Truck Beers Canada.
That didn't count.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's not showing that we're live.
It says we are.
No, that says we're live, but I don't see. Where's the page? Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
Pull it up on my iPad.
Oh yeah. Turn that down.
I'm like, where's the mute button?
Butt cheeks.
Butt cheeks. Oh no.
Copy link.
Great. Fantastic. We are highly professional organization. It looks pretty good. We decided to go vertical this week since it automatically defaulted to that when it uploaded. So, I'm hoping that's...
Are we recording this?
No.
Oh,
I told you that like...
My bad. Sorry, everybody. Welcome to Truck Beers.
At least a minute and a half ago.
Yeah. So...
This is a clusterfuck.
Dude, it is awesome. I'm excited to be here. Well, sorry it wasn't Monday. Had to handle some stuff. But, ooh, that smells good already.
That was a double.
So, this is the new...
This is Oil Horse's new hazy.
Hazy IPA.
It's called Throwin' Chain or Slingin' Chain.
I'm just going to do it in case, like, John listens to the podcast up till now. We can just say, like, oh, this is good beer.
It's a delicious beer. Oh, my gosh. Wait, I went the wrong way.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's delicious.
What does it taste like? It tastes like
Heaven.
Like Sierra Nevada. They're hazy.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's like more flavorful, and it doesn't have that weird dry.
It's all, well, I say all. It's probably 98% Citra hops, I believe, and I'll be corrected if I'm wrong.
It's got the Pritchett Fogness to it.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes a lot like Pritchett Fog did.
It's a similar grain bill. The hop bill's different.
But no offense to the Old Horse, I could drink 100 Pritchett Fogs.
Oh, not healthily.
No, I don't. I think I drank 5 or 6 one time, and I didn't feel good at all.
No,
yeah,
no, they did bad things.
Yeah, y'all only limit like 2 per customer.
That's what it said on the board.
Yeah, but if you knew people up there, friends, they would give you that. Damn, Old Horse, this is good shit.
It's a really good beer. I think it's going to be on tap. It may be on tap now. I don't know. If it's not on tap right now, I think it will be by this weekend.
Yeah.
So
it has like...
Go check it out.
Dude, if you love IPAs, it's like an IPA on steroids, though. I really like it a lot.
It's technically a double dry hop, double IPA.
Yeah.
If you want to get like super beer snobby technical about it, that's what it is. And it's great. It's fantastic. And we may have John, the owner...
Hey, hold on. Hey, YouTube, can you hear me okay? Yo, it's reached the perfect audience. It's in my name. Howdy. What's the alcohol percentage? 1 million.
7.5-ish.
It's 1 million. Yeah, fine, man. Great. That's all I need to know. We'll try to get, like, with the people watching us live, we'll try to, like, check in every once in a while. But this podcast, we got a lot to go into.
Yeah, I don't know why my comments aren't showing up, but that's weird. Huh.
That's
weird.
It only shows it live on the farts. So we went to Shreveport.
Yes.
Is that where we want to start out?
We can.
So my boyfriend and I, we went to Shreveport to go see our buddy Jay Ferg and his band Semi Charmed.
So good.
Dude, they played for 3 hours and I was...
Straight.
Yeah. I was blown away. Actually, them being as good as they were is what kind of saved me.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I wanted to lay down. Whoever the fuck's that Sebastian guy is, he can kick a bag of rocks.
You didn't have to drink it.
He kind of made me, though, you know?
Did he pour it down your throat?
He poured it in the glass, had the bartender lady. Because he was like, hey, I like your hat. And it was my camouflage one with the American flag on it. And I was like, well, hell yeah, I like your hat. Because his hat said, not my first rodeo.
Right.
I was like, that's quirky and fun. He had a big beard. I had a big beard. And he's like, I'm super crazy. And I was like, man, I'm getting those vibes. Like, I really think you are crazy. And he goes like, look at this. And he had Dirty South tattooed on his chest. And I was like, damn, I've got a catfish tattooed right here. And he's like, oh, yeah, what about this? And he had like something on his knuckles. And I was like, check out my knuckle tat. And he's like, are you married? I said, no. He's like, I got to buy you a shot. So he pours a shot of like whatever well whiskey they had. I take it. And I go, that's not good. I don't need to do that anymore. And he's like, but then we started talking about truck beers. And I was like, yeah, we got this podcast. We, talk about life, dream about women. And he's like,
didn't have a plan, just living for the minute.
Yeah. Way down here. But he's like, man, you like to drink? And I was like, yeah, sort of. I'm kind of painting myself in a corner. He's like, another shot of whiskey for me and my man. I was like, I got to pee still. Can I go pee? He's like, you go pee after this shot and meet me when you get out. I was like, okay. So I took the shot with him, went to the bathroom, came back out.
Yeah.
And he's like, guess what I got for you? And it was another shot. And me and Jayford took a double before they even started playing.
He hit you with a DJ Khaled. Another
one. There was a moment when I was just like watching the band and I was like, I'm going to throw up.
I'm going to die.
And like this one woman was like, you're so cute. And I was like, I'm green right now. I don't know if you noticed, but it's not the lights. I didn't feel good. And then I burped. And that was like a spiritual awakening inside me. I
let the demons out.
Dude, it wasn't like a big burp. It was just like a, and like little fluid came up, but then it came back down. And I was like, I'm American. And then they played Zombie. And like for some reason I was screaming like, this is my fucking anthem.
This is my jam.
This is about Ireland. I was just drunk explaining about the song. I was like, this is about Ireland. This is about the IRA up the north. And like, and then we got in the car and we drove home somehow. I don't know. You were fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I was a good boy because I knew I had to drive.
Good. I was not.
That's okay. That's why I was.
I was hungry, but I filled up your truck.
Yeah.
I got gas, and I was like, I need to go and get something to eat. And I was like, what's more important, eating or sleeping?
It was sleep. Sleep one,
of course. Then I got here and I was like, I'm really hungry. What's more important, eating or sleeping? Went back to sleep.
Yep.
I was starving when I went to sleep. Woke up.
I hate going to sleep hungry.
Well, I woke up whenever I did in the morning, and I was not hungry again. I didn't eat all day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
I suffered bad.
Yeah.
I suffered
real bad hangover.
I laid in my shower, which is like a little shower. It's the camper, so like it's a little small, like you could wash a dog in there, but not a human being. But I was like fetal position and the hot water ran out, and I was like, this is fine. This is fine. I'll just lay here in the cold.
Hypothermia.
And I think I ate finally like at 8:30, and like everything felt better. And I woke up Monday and I was like, fuck yeah. We're back. Yeah. I really wanted to record Monday, but I had some shit I needed to take care of.
That's all right. It was family stuff. It was more important.
Yeah. It's just, you got to do what you got to do.
That's right. Dad's first.
Yeah. We ate at Posado's, which was dope.
Nice.
We did some gandering at some comic books.
Where'd y'all
go? The fucking place by the Parties Plus place.
Oh, yeah.
It's Johnny Job's.
Yeah. Games to go. Games to go, yeah.
Check out Games to Go. It's in Longview, Texas. They're really dope, and it'll cut you a great deal. It was like free advertising.
Yeah, that's fine. He deserves it.
He does.
He's a good dude.
Guy. Yeah, Johnny Job is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wild, yeah.
It's a super weird dynamic, but it works.
It works. Trying to think what else to talk about. Just to catch up. Oh, the dude at the bar who like took our money and let us in.
Yeah, their door guy.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Allegedly he
just to be a little lesson learned. Don't go to a bar out of state with an expired driver's license.
Who did that?
I still don't know how you sweet talked your way into that place.
I can turn on the gay charm.
I don't think that was it, because he was not.
Yeah, I know.
But he looked. You were like, "What do I look like?" He says, "You better be on your best behavior."
And I was like,
what do I look like?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I was going.
I was like, do I look like someone's going to get in trouble tonight? He goes,
Yeah.
absolutely, 100%. I was like, okay. I don't know. He was a cool guy. I got to wear the Mighty Ducks jersey.
You did. And I sent you a picture.
I didn't remember me doing that until that picture. And I was like, ooh, I wore Mighty Ducks.
I was looking for something else on my phone, and I saw that. I was like, oh, I forgot to send this to you. So I sent it to you.
I want to get the picture with me and Mr. Ferguson and you.
Yeah.
We took one together, right?
Yeah, we took a few.
Yeah. I won.
I think his wife took those.
Yeah.
We probably sent it in a message.
Sweet lady.
Very nice.
Very supportive.
Yeah. That all of the dudes in that band and the people that came with them, I don't know if they're wives, girlfriends,
Yeah.
sisters. I don't.
Them
Not-
twerking to them bones was really top notch.
I didn't see that.
Oh, no.
But yeah, like that's just a fantastic group of people.
Yeah, they're all great. I wish I was in a band so I can play more shows with
Yeah.
them. I don't know how we would play a show with them.
We would have
We'd have to open for 30
or, like
minutes.
do an intermission, like
Yeah.
let them play for an hour and a half, and then
And,
do,
like,
a
we go for 30 minute,
intermission, and then let them go for another hour and a half.
Like, I know you guys are 90s and vibing, but here's our shit.
Here's something completely different.
Yep.
No, put that up.
I found it.
Great, go put it back where you found it.
Get out of here, tornado sauce.
No,
Why?
no.
Why can I not eat it?
Is there anything in there?
I think so. It's ice cream.
I can read.
Here.
Thank you.
This is what we have to deal with sometimes. Is
No, it's full.
it's full of it. Oh, it's old.
It's old.
Yeah.
Go get a spoon. You can have some.
If I ate that, I have diarrhea.
Go get a spoon. You know where they're at.
Get outta here.
Get a spoon out of the dishwasher.
Can I eat all of it?
No.
No.
Can I eat
You can eat some of it.
Can I?
Okay.
I get it. Can I drink all of it? Yes. No.
I said eat, not drink.
I'm just paraphrasing.
Dad, where are
Where did I just tell you to get it from?
Dishwasher, man.
Dishwasher. I'm surprised I'm not dead. Intentionally.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's fun. He's fun. So I guess it kind of worked out. Oh, I guess it would have been the same. But Monday, yeah. Right before I got off work, my ex called me and was like, "Hey, McKay wants to know if he can spend the night with you."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Yeah.
So
Today's a good
it
day.
would have been the same either way.
Yeah. Well, today my son was like, "Hey, you want to come over?" And I was like, "I've got to do this podcast. It's making so much money right now."
I have to go shut the freezer.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I thought that was. I'm gonna check on these comments.
I've got them pulled up on my iPad.
Columbia, yeah, you're fine. This is half of. Oh, do I respond? As long as you had a good evening, right? Yeah, absolutely. Beer Daniel.
Beer Daniel.
Is that your God-given name? That would be really cool.
I hope so.
Like, hey,
That's pretty dope.
my name's Beer.
First name Beer, last name Daniel.
Yeah. I hope it's. I don't know. What do you think?
He said, "I wish."
I would. Yeah, me too. Let's change our name to legal,
So,
legally
since
to
we
Beer.
talked about Old Horse, this new beer, I decided I would wear the Old Horse Brewing Company T-shirt.
Yeah.
Can-
I've got a green one. I've got the St. Patty's one they released
Oh,
like
nice.
their first
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
And
That's
it's
cool.
really tight on me and I look ripped in it.
Yeah,
I only wear it.
This is a very borderline comfortable schmedium.
I only wear it when I'm like trying to mac on some hot babes.
Like every day.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't wear it a lot actually. It makes me look like a creeper. Like I'm in an emo band from 2004.
Fat guy in a little coat.
Oh, it's you sending me messages.
I haven't sent you a message.
Oh, really?
So, Jeremy Loftus said, "Hey, look, the greatest Mats of all time."
Well, Matt Perry's. Oh wait,
Dead.
never mind. Yeah, never mind. What other Matts are famous? There's another Matt Smith. He was Doctor Who, and he's
Yes.
also in Morbius.
Yes.
Apparently, I didn't know that.
I don't know.
And he got. My joke is like he might have got the hair, but I got the eyebrows. But
Checks out.
I'm just fucking bitter about being bald. To be honest, like if there was a contract, the Satan
Have
would.
you ever thought about getting a hairpiece?
I've looked at Bosley. I thought it was some kind of science. It's not. It's just a fucking
Yeah, they
hairpiece.
just pull hair out of your ass and stick it in
Anything
your head.
hair system is a toupee.
Yeah.
Or a wig.
The transplants are like,
You got to go to Turkey.
oh,
You got to go to Turkey.
they make the best cigarettes.
So, like, there's these videos of these fucking bald dudes on airplanes.
Matt Rife.
Fuck him. Actually, I don't know anything about him.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's too pretty for his own good, though. It's like, I feel like...
He can't be pretty and funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
You're just rubbing it in, dickhead.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
You got the jokes and the looks. Appreciate it. He seems like a cool guy. He likes ghost stuff.
Yes, he does.
He's really
time.
big into paranormal stuff, and I think that's kind of neat.
Big time.
So, maybe one day we'll meet.
I doubt
That
it.
would be kind of dope. The three-way of Matts.
Yeah.
3 Matts in one room.
Yeah, Matt cubed.
Matt cubed. That tickled me. What else? I feel like there's more stuff, but like I have so much shit on my mind that I want to get into that I can't.
There was something else that I wanted to bring up, but it was just like kind of like clerical bullshit like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, so it's not important.
Yeah. We're on Cash App.
We are.
It's just Truck Beers. If you feel like we're doing a good job and want to donate us a couple of dollars to buy beer, that would be wonderful. We're out of stickers officially.
I have some. I still have stickers.
He has stickers. We're selling stickers. Actually, if you just want a sticker, let us know, and if we like have to pay shipping, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
Like
Be cheap. I'll throw it in an envelope and pay for a stamp. It'll be
yeah.
all right.
So if you want a sticker, let us know. They're really dope.
You send us your address. We're like our YouTube handle is Truck Beers. Our Gmail is Truck Beers. Everything we have is Truck Beers.
Send us your social security number, your mother's maiden name,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, blood type.
blood type, and we'll send it to you.
We'll send you a sticker. No problem.
No problems. We're a couple of good guys. You can trust us. God, I want to pace myself because I don't just want to fucking. It's my whole problem. Just be in my L all over the place early into the podcast.
Favorite beers? Whatever's currently in my hand most of the time.
Yep. If it's free, it's for me.
I don't know. My go-to right now is currently whatever's cheap.
Millie Lilies, baby.
Millie Lily's good. I like a good solid IPA. I think I haven't had it in a long time, but one of my top 5 of all time is Red Stripe.
Red Stripe's great.
It's so good.
It's Jamaicans for beer. Blood clot.
Blood clot.
Ched Hanks taught me that, by the way. No, I like Miller Lite. I'm a big fan of...
Beer Daniel said, I'm European. I don't have a social security number. Joke's on you.
Oh, well...
Good for you, European Daniel.
I don't want to like ruin the one guy watching our, but it's cool. Yeah, you're European. That's dope. That's really cool.
What part of Europe? Generally.
Yeah. You don't have to say like I'm from Brushwick, so we don't know what that is. We don't learn anything in Texas about Europe.
No, it's smaller than Netherlands. Ooh, nice. I was in Norway a year and a half ago.
Where's he from?
Netherlands.
Oh, cool. That's cool. They have a good metal there.
Very good metal.
They got really good metal.
Very good beer also.
Yeah. Pretty ladies.
Yes.
Checks out. I would assume. They're part of that alien race that's from space. They look like Norwegians.
Yeah.
Where you get Thor and Odin from.
That's right. Yeah.
That's where those people come from. They're a different kind of white.
They're all Valkyries.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just swamp people, but y'all are like the strong whites. Okay, fuck it. We're going to...
Let's go.
So, I don't know if you guys keep up with... Yes. Beat it, nerd. I don't know if you guys keep up with, like... People are in, like, ancient history. Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson... I can't think of the other dude's name. Jimmy Corsetti, those kind of people. Well, we just this past year or past week and a half, we had some news about the pyramids.
Right.
Are you watching, Hayden? Never mind. So a group of researchers, they are using like Umbra technology, like it's called LiDAR. And
It's the pyramid stuff?
Yes.
It's not LiDAR.
it is LiDAR.
No, it's not. It's similar LiDAR, but they're using satellites instead of...
They're using satellites, the Umbra satellites, and they're also using like ground penetrating LiDAR. That's how they have two different doohickeys on it.
Two different views.
Yes. And they're able to build a model. So underneath the pyramids is like 2,000 kilometers? That's a lot. No.
It's... the first half or the second half?
The shit under the ground.
So you have
There's
680 something meter columns, which is like 2,000 feet.
Right.
And then the 80 by 80 by 80 boxes underneath those.
Yes.
Make 80 by 80 by 80 meters.
So there's a couple of guys that like I follow on Twitter, and they're thinking like in the Emerald Tablets, which was like one of some of the oldest things. It's cuneiform, and it talks about different races, like the aliens that crossbred us, and we dig for gold for them, kind of thing.
Yeah, we're using you as slave labor.
Well, part of that, they say
it.
that there's like halls of archives, and it's like they said it was like in Egypt, basically.
Uh-huh.
It was the other name that, but like they figured out was Egypt, and everyone's like, "There's nothing here." Now this is coming out, and like one speculation that it's part of a power house.
Well, it's that there's been speculation for decades that the pyramids are like liquid acoustic resonance chambers.
Yeah.
And
it's like an air compressor,
kind of, because the pyramids vibrate slightly every time the wind blows,
right?
And then the chambers underground could be flooded.
Well, they flood every time the Nile River basin floods.
Right,
it goes into their aquifers.
Yeah, and then there's inside the Queen's chamber. There's two different, paths.
Yeah,
one's slightly higher than the other one, so the chamber can get water in it, but it can never flood.
So it can get water in it. You're right. What they found in I think it's Khufu pyramid, that there is these 5-story chambers that has a slanted roof on top of it.
Mm-hmm. They look just like the king chambers in the Giza pyramid.
It's like a conductor.
Yeah,
like an insulator.
It's like a battery.
Yeah. So like you look at a power line, and it has these like stacked things. He said he went boo-boo in his panties.
That's not what he said.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna turn the tornado sauce on.
All right, man.
See,
beat it. But they're saying like they're shaped like insulators that we use today,
right?
And there's something about the material the pyramids are made of.
Ooh, I have one.
What?
A glass insulator.
Yeah, go get that. I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. So he's gonna go get an insulator so you can see that. What tattoo is he talking about? Oh, yep, he knows that I got tattoos. That's weird.
I've got two different versions. One slightly resembles a thing that you would put in your booty, and the other one looks like what we're talking about.
This looks like a butt plug.
That's what I said.
Yeah. And this one looks like... So the shapes are kind of like this, except for it has more of a slanted roof.
And, well, that's a big dome.
Yeah.
And then, but it's also got another bisected layer.
And these are shaped this way for a reason.
Yes.
Right.
They're heat sinks.
Yes. So, Christopher Dunn, not Bill.
Chris Dunn, yep.
Christopher Dunn, his whole hypothesis and everything, and he's gotten so like much hate for this. He's like, this isn't a burial chamber. This is some kind of like...
It's a machine.
It's a power machine. Yeah. And like that sounds crazy, but like at this rate, who knows how old the pyramids are?
Well, we just keep finding more shit every time we look deeper into them.
Right.
And even in the Great Pyramid of Giza, it was just like 2022, I think, they found these big Z-shaped formations
Yeah.
underneath it.
Yeah. Going from that beer to that beer is
It's
insanely wild.
But they're too big to be staircases.
Yeah.
You would think like if you're going down like a Z, it looks like if you're looking at a switchback, a cross section of a switchback is going to look like a Z, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, they're staircases, but you could drive a semi truck through them.
Yeah. So the archaeologists that are not for the ancient history idea, ancient civilization, anything like that, they say they designed this to ward off grave robbers, so they get lost in this crazy maze.
Right.
That seems like, I mean, I get what they're coming from, but it kind of seems like they're like, nah, man, this is to hide their shit. I don't know. I'm not a fucking expert in this. I weld in Texas, so I'm dumb.
Right.
But
and the cool thing about the circular cylindrical findings, I don't know what they are. We don't know what they are because they're underground.
But
it also appears that there are spiral pathways going down them all the way into the
fucking bottom,
like, antechambers, 680 something meters underground.
God, I would volunteer for that. That sounds awesome.
Sign me up.
I want to go down there and see what's going on.
Yeah,
that would be so fucking dope.
Yeah,
you hear that, Egypt people?
Hook it up.
Well,
the dudes that did all this research are Italian.
Yes,
because the guy wrote a book about what he found at the Pyramid of Giza with the big Z-shaped things. Right. And then the guy that developed the software and a big chunk of the satellite-based radar reached out to him and goes, hey, you want to see what I found at... What's the name of the other one?
There's Khufu.
Khufu.
I
I haven't got into that one yet. Because they're still the smallest. That's the smallest of the three. He's like, you want to see what I found there? And so he got this presentation together and showed him all the stuff that we're talking about right now.
Right.
But they're all a bunch of Italian. There was a quote from one of the press releases, and he was like, when we saw this, I felt like my balls were going to fall off. And I was like, Italians are Texans.
Basically.
Yeah.
His meatballs are going to fall off.
Oh, my manicotti is going to go all over the place.
Oh, no, it's in my meatballs.
It's in my meatballs. So this is like... People who've listened to this podcast before, like how much I love Graham Hancock.
Yeah.
How much I love Randall Carlson. Those two guys together. This dude's telling you like something happened here. And
like these dudes maybe
they're not
completely off their rocker.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that there are people out there that are way smarter than
me.
Any of us combined.
That's not hard though.
Right. But like we are regurgitating information that people smarter than us have deciphered.
Right.
Which is great.
And us having this podcast, like it's a small voice, but it's also the only way we can say like, hey, there's crazy shit out there.
Yeah.
Don't believe the narrative that you read. Don't like my whole childhood, Egypt is whatever years old, 10,000 years old.
Right.
The pyramid was built in 20 years. That's impossible.
Well, and part of this book this guy wrote was like, there was 20 years roughly spent building the pyramids.
Yeah.
And then the subterranean structures, if you go back far enough, there are documented records of the construction of them was allegedly 10 years spent on the foundations.
That math doesn't math with me.
It doesn't math. And then also, like, they're in the desert, right?
Yes.
Desert's covered with sand. When the wind blows,
sand moves.
Right. So who's to say that what's underground now
was not?
Well,
I said that shit to you Saturday.
Yeah.
So, like, the Younger Dryas impact that happened caused the Great Flood. And the Great Flood is documented in every civilization that has the oldest recorded.
Right.
Our Bible... Dudes in Thailand have
the same story.
Something happened and it flooded the world.
Same basic story.
And you look at like things like in the greater Ohio Valley, you look at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
You look at these things. When you zoom out and you see it from a distance, it looks like you're looking at a lake when the sand gets pushed. There's ripples.
Yeah.
And there's like these water crevices. Why is my phone stopping? We done got the government involved. That's crazy. They have to reboot it to make sure they're hearing it right.
Mine's still working.
That's weird. That's really weird. But like, there, something happened.
Yes.
Something happened, and
Without a doubt, something major ecologically and tectonically and whatever else you want to say happened.
Right.
To change the basic landscape of the Earth as we know it.
Right. That's fact.
Bottom line.
Yes. So
Stone Cold said so.
what? So like, it makes sense to me that things that are open, like you're saying, like maybe the pyramids, like this is the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what if it was more exposed? My phone is going nuts now. Huh. I know that Jimmy Corsetti, Randall Carlson, and Graham Hancock, he goes through this theory like, so in the Sierra Desert, there's this giant like eye, and it's like circular all the way around it.
Yes, it looks like ripples.
It looks like ripples,
like somebody threw a giant rock in the middle of a big piece of water.
So like when you bring up Atlantis,
it's a ringed city.
it's a ring city, but when you bring it up to anybody, they're like, that's nonsense.
Right.
Like these guys are looking at this and they're like, what if this is part of it? Because they say it was on an island, but the word it's translated from, that word could mean like out in the middle of the ocean, on a peninsula, or a waterfront.
Right.
And like that, the word island means 3 different things where it was translated from.
Right.
And that
Well, it's funny you talk about that. It's a very simple, easy explanation. You know the old roses are red, violets are blue, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Violets are purple.
right,
But when that
translated.
rhyme was written, they didn't have a word for fucking purple.
Really?
They had a word for blue.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's the same thing. Like if there's no reference to what you're translating for,
Right.
you can make a word mean whatever you want it to mean.
Right.
The closest they had was blue back then.
Yeah.
So now roses are red, violets are blue, even though violets are purple. It's literally in their name.
Yeah.
But the translation's different because when it was originally written,
Right.
there was no word for purple.
Well, that's the thing.
It's like an island, a peninsula,
Yes.
a sandbar, whatever.
Yeah.
They may have had one word that meant a body of land that has water around it.
I might be shitting all over this, but I think I'm right on this. Atlantis had 5 different parts. There was 5, like,
It's 5 rings.
it's part of one, but it was 5. One was out in the ocean. Like,
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
one was where I'm talking about what they're finding this eye. One was here, one was there, and they're saying Egypt, like that part was part of this.
I'm going to send you a podcast
Okay.
to listen to that is, I guess technically he's the foremost scholar on Atlantean things.
Who is this?
I can't remember his name.
Is it Ben Carson?
No,
He's cool.
but
Not the
he's
surgeon.
a
The other black dude.
I want to say he's a Greek author, scholar, professor kind of guy, but he's written a book and it's really good, and he really gets into the meaning of what the words they were using
Oh,
are
yeah.
and like what Plato meant when he was
Right.
talking about
So,
when his descriptive words that he used then
yes.
based against what we now know as language are vastly different.
Also, I don't know the actual math. I encourage all of you to look this up. When Plato said he learned this story, and at the point of this story was a certain amount of time in the years of past.
Right.
When you take Plato is assumed alive, and you subtract the time he's saying, like this many years ago in the past, it's the exact same time that everyone's saying the Younger Dryas impact happened.
Which was
11
right after the Ice Age. Or right before the Ice Age.
Right, yes. So the world flooded, then it froze.
Right.
That's why you can find mammoth bones all together
Yes.
with broken femurs, dandelions still in their stomach in the permafrost, and they're like, no, people hunted these things. Like the megafauna in the Americas.
Have you, side note tangent, do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes, I can get it.
There's a documentary
I have
called
a Fire Stick.
Boneyard, Alaska.
Yes, that dude. Yes,
Have you watched it?
I've read about it. I haven't watched it.
Watch it.
Okay, Boneyard, Alaska.
It's like-
Shout out Boneyard.
It's like a $4 rental.
Right,
It's so good.
right.
Because he's finding everything all together.
Yes.
Because it just was a wash zone for some
Yeah, he
massive-
finds bones almost every day.
every day.
Yes.
Every day. He's got, I think he said he's got 5 60-foot
Yeah.
connexes
Right.
full.
So side
And
note,
they're all like categorized. And he had an actual paleontologist come out and help him like put the things together
right.
and date the things.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Right.
It's fantastic.
I think it's neat. Hey, I'm getting tired of you. I think it's
You know
neat.
you can put that thing on silent, right?
I'm not going to because I can't feel it.
Bzz, bzz.
I can only hear it. That was a moist burp. But talking about like, it's just nuts to me that there's things. There's, the snake. It's. I think it's in Ohio. It's this thing that's shaped like a snake,
Yes.
and nobody wants to like date anything there. There's that other temple in. Oh fuck, where is it at? It's on Ancient Apocalypse.
I need to finish that one.
It was one of the first episodes. They have to drill. They just need a core drill. Another, 40 feet, and they can find out what's in that chamber. Underneath, like, I want to say it's called like Oompatang,
Sure.
Pootie Tang,
I don't think that's it.
but like, there's
I'll
always
deep dive into that one though.
yeah. I just it drives me crazy when you like hear about it. You got to put the beers in the fronts. Oh. It just drives me nuts when like there is certain things that we can do, like Giblet Tepe in Turkey. What
I'm still mad. Like,
no, they're pulling the olive trees.
are they really?
Yes,
Good.
there's no more olive trees. So Giblet Tepe is like ancient burial, like ancient. I don't know how to explain it. There's these monoliths, like these columns,
Right.
and each column has a different thing, and you think it's like part of a calendar. Like that's the way, like a solar calendar, the
Yeah.
way it's being laid
Yeah.
out. And they fucking stopped digging shit up because the
Well,
farmers that owned the land started putting olive trees.
Yeah, it wasn't them.
No.
It was one of the conservation groups came in and was like, all right, because well, that was my phone.
It's Flint Dribble. He did it.
All dig sites are beholden to a certain set of rules,
Right.
right? Like you can only excavate for so long at a given time, especially if it's like a national historic site.
Yeah.
And then you have to stop because
Well, in the
it's a preservation thing, because they're like, oh, in the next 20 years we'll have better technology that you don't have
Yeah.
to dig any deeper.
Yeah.
Sounds like we already got that shit,
yeah.
and you just don't want to know what's underneath.
That's what it. Well, that was one part of it, and also it is illegal. If there's an olive tree in this,
Yeah, it's you can't dig.
you can't dig because that's part of
It's like
their.
if you ever have to bury a body anywhere, figure
Plant
out what
fucking
species.
olive tree, yeah.
No, whatever species is in the
Pecan trees,
region you're
Texas.
in. Just plant that on top, then they can't dig it up.
Plant a pecan tree and
Bluebonnets.
and blue bonnets, and make sure that there's mockingbirds making nest. I think you'd be fine.
I think Beer Daniel likes us.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What do you say?
A bunch of stuff.
He's just talking.
Yeah, I'm responding.
Okay, good.
Yeah. That's why I got this in here today. I
Good.
feel like
I'm glad you're
I
responding.
feel like I'm doing some kind of like weird
Dude, you're like-
technological wizardry.
Hey, Truck Beers is only because
Nope,
he is
that's
the
not,
guy.
Don't.
Nope, shut the fuck up. If it wasn't for this beautiful man right here, truck beers would be non-existent.
No.
Yep.
No.
Only thing I do is say.
Anywho,
I got some fucking reindeer fur in my mouth.
it's oh yeah, this is a genuine reindeer pelt.
Genuine.
Sheds though.
It's shedding a lot. We need to stop stroking it.
Stroke the fuzzy wall.
When's that ever stop me though?
Ah!
If it shedded like that though, I would not have a penis right now. It would just be
It
non-existent.
goes back to the old school. If you keep rubbing it like that, it's gonna fall off.
I would be the most cross-eyed fucker in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or when they say you grow hair in your palm. Have you heard that one?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that would be fucking ape palms, dude. Nasty.
Your palm would look like that.
This would be my palm.
Yeah.
They told me all kinds of things, and I
Still hadn't stopped touching it.
no, like it's so weird because like any person that was like, hey, if you like, my whole life is like marijuana will make you fat and lazy and worship Satan, and they were right, but I'm not that fat.
Or lazy.
No, I'm not lazy. Hard-working man. The Satan stuff.
Blue collar.
Blue collar. You got to be a little... No, that's terrible. I'm not going to say you got to be a little Satanist to be a blue collar. No, that's not right.
You gotta hate yourself a little bit.
I hate myself, for sure. Sometimes. The heat is kind of picking up a little bit.
Another side note, randomly to distract you from what you've been wanting to talk about for all day.
There's no way.
Busters sold.
I heard that. Yeah, I saw that fucking...
Saturday is the last day you can play golf there.
So, Craig...
Yeah, we went and played 9 holes at lunch today.
No, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
He posted that on the stories. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, they're closing. I was like, that's not what I'm talking about. Why are y'all golfing without me?
Because he was at lunch.
I got an hour.
Oh, well, you would have spent 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back.
Yep.
You would have played 2 holes.
Not one. The
Yeah,
way I play.
It's true. Greg.
I can't play golf sober.
So we played the back 9, as you should. One of the holes is a blind shot over a hill. And we knew there was somebody in front of us because we had
Right.
waited for them on the hole beforehand.
Right.
But we're on the tee box, ready to go, and we see a cart like come across and then go back up towards the next hole.
Yeah.
So we all hit.
And you fuck.
I hit one pretty far left, but it was good. Nice hands.
Thanks, feet.
The other guy we were playing with hit one. It was great. It was like 10 yards short of the green. It was fantastic. Right. And Craig just pulled one to the right.
When he fucking...
And he connected. So he hit his 3-wood because it's a short hole.
Yeah.
Well,
his 3-wood's fucking 250.
So me and Jeremy is the guy we're playing with. We're like gonna go find my ball. Found it, parked next to it, and Craig kind of pulls up on the right side of the hole and stops further back. And as soon as we pull up there, this lady starts screaming, "Y'all think y'all are fucking cute?"
Oh, I wish I was there.
And I almost said, well, "Thank you for noticing."
Yeah, I did.
But I didn't have a chance because Jeremy was like, "What do you mean? We thought you were gone." Like she was like, somebody's ball hit my cart. And he immediately goes, "That was him," talking about Craig, and pointed at him. I was like, ah. And Craig's like 20 yards back, not even trying to go close to his ball.
Yeah.
Just avoiding all of the shenanigans. But she was so mad. So mad.
So when you say lady, is it kind of like...
She was a woman, but she was a raging bitch.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, like, maybe if you're that mad, golf is not your sport.
No.
Because it's only going to get worse.
I pray that a ball gets close to me so I can, like...
And she was like, fuck it. Y'all just play through. I'm waiting on these guys in front of me. You can wait on them, too. I'm like, okay. So we finished the hole and played through. It's great.
Listen, if you're going to be just the shittiest person you can be every day of your life...
It's pretty much how I feel like she exists.
Yeah.
It's miserable. It's got to be miserable.
like I know a handful of people that no matter what happens, no matter what the day brings,
mad.
Just can't fucking stand when anything gets.
Yeah, just die.
Buy a cabin in the woods and starve. Because you're going to be mad that you can't kill something to eat. You're going to be mad that the garden ain't growing. Just go away.
Yeah.
Just fucking end it.
The oxygen supplies may be limited, so like quit wasting it.
I'm on happy pills again.
Talked about it last week.
Yep. And there's a part of me that's like I hate being numb. But like this time around, like after like the initial taking of the pill.
Is your tummy better now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need like 2 weeks, you'll be fine.
My tummy's fine. Thanks, Dad.
I was just checking on you.
No, thanks, dude. I really do appreciate it. You're a good friend. I love you very much. Favorite person in the entire world.
Same.
I've realized, like, I hate that I have to be slightly medicated to enjoy just waking up in the morning. Because, like, I've had mornings where I'm like, whew, fuck this life. First thing in the morning.
Yep.
Alarm clock goes off.
Don't want to do it. Not interested.
I'm tired because I didn't sleep enough.
Yeah.
My fault, by the way.
Not necessarily.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I would stay up and fucking read books or play with my dick, whatever. And I'm sleepy in the morning and I'm mad that I had to wake up early. But like realizing that I'm waking up and I have all my fingers, all my toes, both my eyes, 2 sets of ears. They're shit ears.
They're there though.
They're there. Like, it's really hard to complain when I'm like, for what? I'm sweepy.
I'm breathing.
Oh, I'm sweepy.
Yeah.
I got to go to work to a good paying job, to a company that enjoys my presence there, that appreciates the work I do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
We could complain a lot.
I
but
can.
we've got it really good.
Like, this is the fucking best time to be alive.
Yeah. Well,
like, sometimes.
we're doing a little bit better than just surviving.
Yes.
That's good enough.
No, I am just surviving.
Yeah.
Because there's leeches in the world that suck the life out of me in a different way.
You get what I'm saying though.
Yes, I do. But like I'm
Welcome to the most random podcast ever.
yeah. I got my other thing lined up. I'm just fucking killing.
We haven't even got to your other thing yet?
Nope.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
Nope.
I thought that was the thing we were talking about.
Nope. Y'all stick around. It's gonna get wild. But like, it's. I mean, there is a part of me that like it depresses the shit out of me that it takes me to be medicated,
Just to not have those immediate thoughts go
just
through your
to
head.
fucking appreciate life.
Yeah. Well, you know what? At least you're taking action.
Yeah.
Because that bitch on the golf course today,
Did not.
she was just mad about being alive.
What a bitch. And like, I love those kind of people because if I'm around those kind of people, I fucking press the buttons. Imagine if I was with you today and she did like that whole thing.
You might have gotten a fist fight with a woman.
Bring it on. A woman taught me how to fight. Shout out Mimi.
Well, and I told my buddy that was with us, I was like, you know what? If she wants to keep running her mouth like a man, she's eventually going to get handled like a man.
There's going to be an old man out there that remembers slapping women when they didn't make him a sandwich right.
That's right.
And he's going to have a little bit of dementia.
Yep. And be like, ah.
And he's going to put that cane across her head. Those old folks don't play.
When you're playing golf, you're carrying weapons. Think about it.
You got fucking 12 or 15 of them.
You got like at least 14.
Yeah. Oh. I'll tell you a funny story. Like, this is one thing that did upset me in the past 2 weeks. I matched with this chick.
Oh yeah, you told me this story. Podcast needs to hear it though. It's a good story.
So like, I get matched every once in a while, and then in the match, I'm like, I realize like this isn't what I want. You want someone that doesn't exist, or they have a lobotomy, or like they're fucking slaves. I don't know.
Right.
The dude you're wanting is not me, because the way my life is right now, this is what I want. And if I have a woman to share it with, great.
Yeah.
But other than that,
But it's gonna be like an enhancer
not
to the situation.
yeah.
It's not gonna be somebody that's like, oh, I need you to do
either going to
this,
multiply or it's going to divide.
Right.
And this one girl I matched with, on her profile, her pictures are top notch, gorgeous. And she's like, I don't know what I'm looking for. I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm looking for book recommendations and conspiracy theories. Fucking sign me up.
I can handle those things.
So the first thing I write to her, I said, if you want conspiracy theories, I'm your man. I have a podcast called Truck Beers. And we talk about conspiracy theories. We talk about everything. We also talk about book recommendations.
Yeah.
Her response from that, me casting the line out, like, here I am. Here you go, take the bait. Not bait, that sounds horrible, but like
I can answer all of your questions right now.
yes,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you my entire life. Every girl I've ever dated, like, you want to hear about conspiracy theories? She's like, shut the fuck up. Go to work. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
But she's like, when do we get married? Her first response to me was, when do we get married? And I go, LOL, don't play. I'm wild enough to do it. I'll marry you tonight. Just to be funny. Just to be ha-has.
Yeah.
I'll marry you right now. I'll disappoint my
I
mama.
could have performed it.
Yeah. You can. I didn't know that. I found that out this weekend. This dude is a minister, so if you want to get married by one of the Truck Beers boys,
We'll do it.
$4 million.
I just realized I was out of frame.
Are you good? So, and like we go back and forth, and then we're talking about like, what's your favorite conspiracy, this, that, and the other, and she's like this is, it kind of fucks me up because like I was really digging this chick, and she asked me what my favorite conspiracy theory is, and I told her what it was, and then she fucking disappeared. And my favorite conspiracy theory is that we were designed by aliens and we were left here because they had no more use for us. And I think that was what messed her up. If you're listening, Sam, you know what my Truck Beers podcast is called. You know, holler at your boy.
Holla, 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 holla.
I was just, man, I don't know. She lived in Dallas. And I thought like, oh yeah, I can drive to Dallas every fucking weekend.
That's right.
You know how you do that kind of math in your head? Like a girl.
You do it initially, and then after like the first trip's great.
Yep.
Second trip's like, yeah, this is okay.
Mm-hmm.
That third one though, you're like,
We got to figure something out.
can we meet in like Terrell?
Just get a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hotels are not
I'll give her a
expensive.
fake credit card. We don't have to pay for it.
Take a check.
I'll take you're right. You take a check. Yeah. But that made me pissed off. Like, not pissed off. I got real low. I got real doom and gloom for a little bit there. Because it just feels hopeless sometimes, you know? If you're a single dude, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah, it's brutal.
it's hard out here. Especially if you're like a decent dude and you have a good head on your shoulders. Like, you know what's important in your life. And you're not wanting to settle.
You're just not a sociopath. I think you're doing better than most. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I think there's dudes out there that can seal the deal and...
Let me put this down. I keep trying to get that one. That's not the one I want.
Well, like, I think there's dudes out in the world that can seal the deal, say whatever they want to hear, and do what they need to do, and they just go down to the next one. But like dudes like me and you, like, I am not that.
No.
I'm honest.
Yeah.
Like, brutally honest.
Well, honestly, I don't do well with temporary gratification.
No.
Like, I want it to be something that's...
I can do that by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can handle that piece of business.
Yeah.
I want somebody that's going to be like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
How was your day?
Yeah.
What do you need?
Right now, that's you for me.
Yeah.
And I think vice versa.
Same. Yeah.
Right. Like, it's neat. Like, we're two very straight dudes. Or are we? No. We're two straight dudes, and, like, we check in on each other.
Yeah.
In a very like loving way, not in a weird way, just
No.
like I genuinely care how my brother's doing. You
Yes.
do the same for me.
Yes.
Like I need you here, not for this podcast or anything. I just need you here.
Like I think we have an unwritten understanding. It's never been laid out. Be like, hey, if you haven't heard from me in X amount of time,
we have to check in.
but if it's more than 36 hours and I haven't heard from you,
Got to check in.
and it's going to be a very direct text message like, hey,
Yeah.
are you okay?
See, I have a problem, like not ignoring messages, but yeah, ignoring messages. Like just sometimes I don't even want to fucking type it back.
Yeah, no, I
Or
get that. You're
fucking-
mentally exhausted. You don't want to
Yeah,
deal with
that's
the bullshit.
fine, but like there's some part of it that's like I don't even want to get into it. And I think it's just so important to have a friend out there just to be like, dude,
get your
damn
head
it.
out of your ass.
Yeah.
Let me know if you're all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. I talked to my brother and I said, you know how many times I've wanted to call you, like when I was having a hard time, but like when I do the playthrough in my head, like I already know how that we just me and my brother know each other that well.
Right. You know how the conversation is going to go before you have the conversation.
And then I'm like, yeah, I'm being silly. And I just don't even call him.
Yeah.
He goes, I do the same shit. I was like, we got to fucking stop that. We got to stop that. So it's been...
especially with him, because you guys have known each other 90% of your lives.
Yeah.
So like that's...
Yeah.
I do understand the whole like, oh yeah, you know what I'm going to say before I say it.
Yeah.
Like that's...
Well, he called me and we were talking and we go through this whole like rigmarole. Like, yeah, he's like, I know exactly what you're saying. And then he goes, it just would be nice for me to call you.
Do it.
And I was like, God damn it, dude. So now every time like I'm feeling something and I'm like, I'm going to talk to my brother and be like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, it's so wild. And then you'll go through his thing.
Right.
And, I'm seeing him this weekend. My
Good.
little brother's getting married,
Good.
which is wild.
Yeah.
My little brother.
Wild decision to do that on Friday at 2 p.m.
No, it's on Saturday now.
Oh, they moved it.
Yeah.
Good, because that was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening, I'm not sorry. Stupid.
I think I might. It's kind of in the air right now, but I might be able to go to Stanley's.
Oh, good.
So we'll see how that works
Still
out.
got that ticket. You might as well use it.
Yeah, they don't offer refunds.
Nope.
So, like, I messaged you. I was like, "This sucks," but some things happen, but now it might be all good to go. So, I'm excited about that.
All right, before we go deep dive.
I got PP.
Yep.
I got PP real bad.
All right.
Hey, Spotify, we're gonna pause.
We're going to pause you on Spotify, YouTube. You get to hear the streams. All right, Spotify, we're back.
We're back.
YouTube got all the good stuff.
I'm back in the saddle again. So, we've burned an hour, right?
Yeah, we're right at an hour on Spotify, so we're probably a little bit over an hour on YouTube.
Oh, Jeremy Loftus messaged me. He's like, I'm watching on my TV, so I can't comment, but the whole dating and getting ghosted hurts the feelings, man. LOL.
The ghosted thing sucks.
I fucking love when dudes say LOL after the most brutal thing.
My dog died. LOL. I got divorced yesterday.
LOL. I think that's how I said it.
That's the same. Yeah. That's I think little. Well, you knew before anybody else, but when I told everybody else, I was like, yeah, hey, my wife's leaving me.
Yeah. I think so. I knew before anyone else, and then you said it at band practice that next week.
Yeah.
Like at first you said don't say anything. I'm gonna just let it sit, but you couldn't do that.
Well, no, it had developed immensely in the 4 days between
yes.
those text messages.
And you said it like. So I think me and Jacqueline are getting divorced, like as like a fucking
hey,
hey, what's up with airplanes? Am I right? Like,
what's the deal with airplane food?
and I go, I mean, it's like, oh fuck, dude, and everyone's like, what the fuck, man? Like,
yeah,
it was,
it's how we handle things. We're like ducks.
yeah,
If it just rolls off our backs.
yeah.
All right,
Until gun season, then you fucking get blasted out of the sky.
you ready for your?
Hand me a beer.
Okay. I am the beer winch. I like having this up so I can see the comments. That's pretty cool.
This is
'Cause
getting.
I can't see that. I mean, I can see there are comments. I can't read.
This is getting professional, guys.
now.
Like we're gonna fuck around and be professional. At the end of all this, I'm gonna
Justin Rogan.
Semicharn's guitarist looks like a baby Rogan. Not in a bad way. He's swole.
Yeah,
And he's very
that's why he
bald.
looks like.
He's 45.
Yeah, he's older than me.
He looks younger than me. Clean living, I guess.
Dude, didn't drink anything but Coors Light and water all night long.
What a goddamn American hero.
I guess.
Did I break a record?
I'm reading.
Okay. So, for the past 2 days, I have been shown something. Like the different interviews, different podcasts, people talking about it. There is a woman. Her name is Kai Dickens. That's K-Y Dickens. She is like a director for documentaries.
Okay.
This kind of fell into her lap. Like she was kind of looking for the next thing to talk about, you know, make a documentary over. She like heard one podcast and it was a doctor that is like her 10 years in Harvard. Like she's as mainstream professional as you can get. And she's like a neuroscientist and behavior therapist and all these things. And it basically, so you know, like nonverbal autism,
Yes.
Braxia. That's another thing it's called, I think. I'm fucking that up. Braxia. You know, like, so these people, like, you would think they don't have command of their body. They don't know how to communicate.
Right.
So she's putting the word out. This doctor has found different ways. And this is like scientifically proven. Like they've ran so many experiments with different people, with their caregivers, that they're telepathic. And they're telepathic in a way that is recordable.
Okay.
And like so this woman, she has a podcast called the Telepathy Tapes. It's on Spotify. It's on, I encourage everyone to listen.
This is
Kai Dickens.
Kai Dickens,
the documentary lady.
KY Dix. I would have immediately professionally changed my name.
She is a saint, I think.
She sounds like a fantastic woman.
So she has gone to different people in America, and it's like one woman is from Mexico. She flew them to LA. That's where she lives. And they performed experiments with like the mother, who is the caregiver, the listener, whatever you want to call it, and her daughter, who was diagnosed at like a fucking 18 months, 2 years old, as nonverbal.
That's really early.
Yeah, a lot of these cases are the same way, like too young. So the reason why these people got in, like, there was an email, and in that email they said, like, hey, I am the older sister of my younger sister who's nonverbal, autistic, all this that.
That's how the math checks out.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm trying to remember everything at one time. It's sickening.
No, sorry. I'm being a jackass.
No, you're good. But we really think that my sister is telepathic, because these, like, there's different like apps on an iPad, different programs you can use on your computer, that these nonverbal autistic people are able to communicate.
Yeah.
In their own way. And you're finding out that they're like, no, I'm in here. Like, this is like a new thing. They're like, no, I'm in here. Once they figure out the program,
right,
or whatever they're using, they're communicating like, No, I'm in here. I understand exactly what's going on. I know everyone's scared, but I'm fine. I just don't have any connection to this body. And like some of them are like, I see, like I can see colors off people. I can communicate with other people like me without using words.
Yeah.
Like for example, there's this thing called the Hill, and there's and it's like they're cross-examining people. Like, well, when you go on the Hill, tell Tony to tell Braxton to yellow car, blue moon.
He'll know what you mean.
And then Braxton's caregiver, the next day, he'll write it out, yellow car, blue moon. And then she'll send it to the other person. It's like, well, he said yellow car, blue moon. And there's no way they could have known that unless they are communicating in a different realm.
That's wild.
The success rate of these tests is like 92%. And they're doing things like, okay, your mom's going to read a word on a random book we picked out, and she's in a different room, the nonverbal.
Yeah.
And they call them spellers. That's because they're using different ways to spell.
Right.
So the mom in a different
Look at
room.
the old Stephen Hawking.
Yes, exactly. The talk to text.
Yes.
The mom will open up a page right here, pirate.
Just a
Random word on a random page. And they go, okay, Nina, the girl that's nonverbal, what page is she on and what word is she pointing at? And she'll go like, oh, that's page 85, correct. And the word is pirate, correct.
Wow.
And it's repeatable. And like, it's the wildest fucking thing I've ever read or ever heard of. I encourage everybody to look up. It's called the telepathy tapes. I'm using my platform to like push this to another level.
That's really cool though.
Fucking 2 years when I found out it's all a hoax, I'm gonna burn the world down.
Yeah.
But like right now, where I sit, it's these people that have been pushed to the side. You know, I'm a father, and my son's autistic.
One of the coolest, most genuine humans I've ever met.
And he's verbal, and I feel like he's gonna be able to live a pretty functional life.
For sure.
You know,
for sure.
Like whatever he needs, I'm there. Like we could be roommates for the rest of my life. I don't care.
I think he will definitely figure it out. Like his brain is going to work different than anybody he knows.
So Cashton is,
but he's not to the point where he's going to be. I don't think he's going to struggle.
He is like, honestly, he's the coolest fucking hang because he remembers everything.
Yeah.
And he asks questions about the things that we talk about. And like, he doesn't like, what color is the shoes? No, it's like what kind of radioactive material made Godzilla? I know it's an atomic bomb, but what
which version of uranium did the thing?
Like, he's a math wizard. Math is like instant with him.
Yes.
He knows math. He understands every portion. Like, all I have to do is like, nah, dude, like math, like multiplying is kind of like adding, but you're adding like 3 times 5 is 3 sets 5 times. He goes like, oh shit, 15, I got it.
Check it out. Yeah.
Just and like instant like that. He's been like that since he was fucking 5 years old. Like, I guess that's kind of why I'm kind of being this way, because
you understand the situation a little bit.
I'm very fortunate that my son can talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very fortunate that, like, I feel like he's gonna like not pull through. That's fucked up to say, but like he's got, I don't know. It's so fucked up to think. Like,
so there's a dude that works for me at work, and he's probably, man, I don't know, late 50s, mid to late 50s, but he is like a super high functioning autist.
Yeah.
Very much like Cash. Sorry, didn't mean to say your son's name.
I've already said it.
Yeah. And he will get wrapped around the axle on some stuff that's not necessary.
Yeah, but then he does something that blows your fucking top off.
But then, yeah, he understands everything.
Yes.
So, like,
So
I can see the path for your son
yeah.
as being fantastic.
So-
He owned businesses in Chicago before he moved here.
He's mafia.
No, he knows mafia,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly. They don't lie.
But he... like, he doesn't shut up sometimes, but
Yeah.
he's a really great person to hang out
My
with.
son will sit there in the car with me, especially if it's just me and him.
Yeah, just talk.
He will come up with every band name. His band name today was Singing Tigers.
Oh,
I fucking love that name.
That's our East Texas emo band name.
That's what I was thinking. Like when he said it, I was like, "What did you say, son?" He's like, "I think Singing Tigers is a dope band name." Like, it makes sense to me, you know, when he talks to me, because like, I mean that he's my like.
That's a hard pass
What?
on like letting somebody else take that name.
Hey, motherfuckers, Singing Tigers coming to a store near you. But like, you know, my boy is my best friend.
Yeah,
Like you're my best friend.
yeah.
But
no, your kid's cool as hell, dude.
yeah, he's just
He likes my kids. It like he
loves-
gets along with everybody.
he loves everybody, and if he doesn't like you, he lets you know immediately, and he'll tell you why you're that way. So Cashton is autistic, and Karis, my other daughter, is too, but she's more high functioning to that. So what this Kai Dickens lady is saying about these nonverbals, that they can visit their caretaker, either it's a teacher, a parent, anything, they can visit them in their dreams, and this has been proven as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that blew my fucking mind, because my entire, like, my daughters, Karis has always said, like, I take Sissy to Dreamland. And Carrington's like, yeah, we go this way and the other. And I was like, you go to Dreamland? Like,
So you're going on a different ride now. You went from the nonverbal stuff that you
Yeah.
were talking about. Now you're talking about twins.
well,
That's a whole nother level
this
of
is like this
psychic connection.
the shit I've listened to and researched, and then knowing what I know from having my kids.
Yeah.
And like listening to them talk to me throughout these whole 12 years. Like, my daughters have told me, like, it's not like we go to Dreamland.
No, I take. So you have a guide and
Yeah.
a follower.
Yes.
That's cool.
So, and they're saying, like, these people go to, like, this conscious, past this veil conscious place, and, like, for some reason it's called the Hill.
Is that consistent through all
It's
of...
consistent.
Okay.
This one kid named Houston, he kind of coined the term, and as soon as he coined it, these other children around him
Use the same.
are just saying, yeah, we're going to the Hill. And at the Hill, they teach each other certain things.
Is it like Bohemian Grove?
No, that's for fucking gay politicians and celebrities. Bohemian Grove's, I love that.
Sorry,
shit.
I had to. I had to get a little weird with it.
No, it's already, to me, it's the weirdest shit. And, like, I probably sound like a crazy person.
No,
No, I do. I know.
but
I called Kaylin. I called my ex, and I was like, hey, I need you to hear this shit, because I've been researching this, and we've been living this for a fucking decade and some change. And I told her the stuff. She's like, is there any way we can experiment? I was like, got it. When I see you next, we're going to
We're
experiment.
doing some shit.
We got to do some shit. These kids are doing, like, the fucking page numbers, the word. They have colored, like, popsicle sticks. And the mother's in the other room. She picks up the purple one. The nonverbal person grabs the popsicle stick and puts it down. Like, this is what you got, so I'm putting it in the bin. Over and fucking over and over again. It's the nuttiest shit in the world. But, like, It's just so like they talk to things that are not there.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're being silly. And they're like, no, I see things you can't see.
Right.
And like one of them has said, like there's an ability that's dormant inside of me that I'm trying to figure out, but I can move things with my mind.
Okay.
That's telekinesis.
Okay. So, remember I said earlier, there's another thing I want to talk about, but
This is how it
may
works.
won't happen. Have you heard of the stuff they're doing? It's called DMTX.
Is this the red laser shit?
No.
Okay. No, I don't know.
This is there's a place overseas somewhere that I'm sorry I can't remember where it was at, but there's a place in Colorado that's also doing the same thing. And it's basically a controlled IV drip.
Yeah. And they're trying to map out what they see. And
they
it's the
send
fucking same
They
shame.
send people in waves, right?
Yes.
So they'll be like, group 1 goes in. They're able to keep them under the DMT experience for like 90 minutes.
Yes.
As opposed to like the normal 7 to 10 minutes.
15 minutes.
Of
Yeah.
a normal DMT trip.
Right. We need to do DMT.
Sure. I'm down. And so but it's funny because like they'll send in one group of people, and I think it's really cool, but I think some of it's clouded because the only way to do it purely would be like the groups don't talk to each other, right?
Yeah.
It's a double blind experiment.
Nobody
Classic
knows
science.
Yes.
That's the way to do it.
Right.
But like they're basically giving status reports between every mission.
Yeah.
And for the Spotify listeners, I just put that in quotes.
Air quotes.
Yeah. But it's the same kind of shit. It's like everybody sees the same thing.
Yeah.
The same entities are talking to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're providing you with information on how to talk to us more,
Yes.
so we can keep this relationship growing."
Yes.
And then you get into aliens.
UAPs.
Sure. No, aliens.
Aliens. Yes. And they communicate how?
Telepathically.
Telepathically.
And they're crashing, again, air quotes.
Crashing and letting you see the technology that
Right.
they have readily
But
available.
they've got the back door to kill. They've got the kill codes in the back room.
Yeah.
So like, if you get too wild with it, we'll shut you down. You can start over.
Yep.
It'd be the same thing as if like I brought you this new piece of software and said, "Hey, you can build your entire society off this one piece of software.
Yep.
But if you get too wild with it, I'm not going to tell you this,
Younger Drives 2.0.
but I will shut you down."
The fuck down.
It's the same thing.
Yes. That it all.
And people, this goes back to what you were saying. There are certain people that naturally produce excessive amounts of DMT in their body.
Yeah. We produce it.
Everybody does.
Yes.
But there are certain people that don't have to do
Fuck.
it.
I wonder if you were able to like record.
But you understand what I'm saying?
No,
Like
no,
these
no.
people that are like these nonverbals, and
That's what I'm saying. Like if you could.
Yeah.
Like this
Is
is.
it the same thing?
It's wild, hypothetical. Not saying it should be done, but if like, what happens if you test one of them and you check the ratings that their brain waves and what their brain makes, and you find that they produce more
yeah.
of dimethyltryptamine.
Yeah, they're
that's
just-
in absolutely everything.
They're just natural dowsing rods, basically.
They're fucking antenna for things.
They're
that yes.
locked into shit that nobody else can get to without chemically helping them.
So we've interviewed a guy. We've had him on the podcast. We did a 4.5 hour podcast with a guy that says he can see things that we can't see.
Yeah. Who's to say it's not the same thing?
What
just
if he-
used in a different manner?
He had a little bit of tism on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
It's the same thing,
so my children,
different version.
I've told this on the podcast. My son has talked to people in his room, and I go, "Who are you talking to?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm talking to Charlie." And I'm like, "There's no Charlie here."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "It's a ghost, spirit, whatever. Get out of here."
What
But
if
like,
it's not, though?
But what if it's not? What if he's able to like?
What if he's locked in on another astral plane that we just can't get to?
That's the whole reason why I brought this up.
Yeah. Well,
Well, like, what if
this
what if-
one that's in here, Tornado Sauce, for the first, as soon as he was able to talk, up until probably a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, talked about his sister forever.
Yeah.
I've got 2 boys.
That's it. No more, no less.
No more, no less. 2 children, both male childs.
Big boys.
What if it's the same kind of thing?
Yeah.
What if there's like some weird connection that he has randomly through something?
Yeah.
That there's this girl that he's known for his entire life.
Right.
And he thinks it's his sister.
Yeah. And it's something on the other side that they're able to communicate.
That we don't know about.
Right.
Can't see, can't hear, can't talk to.
This is a thing that I've been thinking of. I'm turning the head. Okay, I can't. I got the microphone.
You could move the microphone.
I could. Like, what if you and I, we're born and raised, and we've been, like, told the same thing, programmed a certain way, and maybe when we were younger and less tarnished.
Yeah.
Less galvanized. Like, what if we were open to that? I feel like I was more scared of things I couldn't see.
I brought this up on the podcast we did with Mike. I was like, how come it's always kids?
Yeah.
I was like, well, they don't know any better.
That's what they...
I was like, yeah, because they haven't been told that that's not okay.
Well, they haven't been fed the bullshit we've been fed.
Correct. That's what I'm going with.
And, like, spiritually, physically, everything. I mean, like what if they're just pure to it?
Right. There's a certain thing. Innocence is real.
Yes.
And it's not. I don't mean like innocent as like.
Well, the Bible, the
you
Bible,
know, like, oh, I haven't done anything bad.
I'm talking
about like unbiased, unjaded, unfucked with brain.
Like biblically,
is a real thing.
It says, "Out of the mouth of babes, truth will be spoken."
Yes.
It's in that book. It's everywhere. The children. It's better to tie a millstone to your neck than mess with a child.
Yeah.
And that can mean bad stuff, but it also means like, no, what the kids.
Yeah. I think an unmolded brain, not just intelligently, but like an unexposed, unjaded, unbiased mind.
So
is like maybe listen to what they're saying.
Yes.
Maybe they can't communicate exactly what it is, but there's something there.
Yes. So, one of the cases that I've been listening about, the mother believes the child, loves the child, do anything for the child.
Yeah.
The father of this child,
piece of shit.
Not a piece of shit, just very skeptical, very like, oh, what the fuck is this?
That's healthy to an extent.
He cannot do what the mother and child can do. Random people videoing this in that room, who are seeing this happen, they could do it with that child.
But he's so close-minded in that regard.
Right.
I believe it.
And like the lady Kai Dickens says, like, one of the main things that she thinks is not like understanding or like believing. It's whatever unifies.
It's acceptance.
It's love.
Love and acceptance. Yeah.
Whatever unifies.
Yeah. Miak.
She said like when she said like whatever unifies is a definition of love, I was like, God, that's the most purest thing you can say.
Yeah. It's unadulterated acceptance.
Right.
It's like, that's my kid. Yeah, that's whatever they're saying. I got their back.
That's why I feel like
we're protectors. We're parents. We're supposed to be that thing for our kids.
My boy
and our friends, by the way.
Yeah, that 1000%. That's fucking head on the nail, dude. Like, whatever is being unveiled to us, and like some of the through lines is like being open. You know?
Yeah.
And like,
just gotta listen.
When you do drugs, like I've done mushrooms, the feeling of love is like you can taste it.
Yeah,
it's a real fucking thing.
Yeah,
especially or even when you're drunk. If you're with someone you love when you're drunk, it's the best night of your fucking life.
Absolutely. I'm gonna throw my arm around you, and we're gonna be like, "Hey, what's
like
up?"
This is like.
Well, there's no like. You don't have the regulations.
Yeah.
Quote unquote regulations.
Yeah.
Like there's no
your true self. Your person. Your
truth serum for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when I go to Ollie shows. So Ollie's a skateboard shop that we have super dope metal shoulders one this Friday with Hag, and it's going to be dope. But when I go to Ollie shows and I've been drinking, like I don't have any sad thoughts. I'm just amongst people that care, and I'm amongst people that understand, and like I have the best nights. I'd spend every night there, bar none, because everyone there is there for a reason. So if you're in the East Texas area, come to Ollie's skate shop. It's owned by beautiful people, and we're trying to make music a big thing in Texas again. He had to go pee-pee, so YouTube, you're hearing his pee stream. I'm so sorry. I have some more information.
You didn't hear anything. I left my mic in here.
Oh, damn it. Never mind. He's smart. I'm not. I'm a big dumb boy. What do they say?
I think it goes above and beyond even like what you were saying about like, oh, I'm just a happy dude. I think it's like you reach a point mentally, whether it be with alcohol or more substantial things.
Yeah. It's just
your brain is willing to understand things that it's not willing to understand normally.
So in like 2011, I hit a hard time in life, and I went to the only place I thought would serve me well was a church.
Yeah. As most of us in the South do.
Yeah, like I felt like I was running on empty, and like what it was is like I just didn't have anyone to love me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
yes,
everyone,
I 100% know what you're saying.
Like I had nobody to talk to. My brother he moved away to Shreveport. People that I cared for, they didn't want to talk to me at that time. It was just a whole thing. I had absolutely zero people.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law Dalton, he called me out of the blue. We weren't brother-in-laws at this time. He was just a friend. We partied together, and he called me out of the blue. He says, "Hey, what are you doing, man?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm trying to figure out how to get weed out of your system because I got to find a good job." You know, that's kind of what
Let's go drink 75 beers.
That's shit. What I need one of those. Thank you. And he said, "Hey, I know this sounds really weird, but I would love to invite you to the church I'm going to." And I was like, "Okay, let's not do that."
Yeah.
Like, because at that time I was like, "No,
not interested."
And he said like, "Nah, it's not like that. It's filled with people that like genuinely care." So I was like, "What the hey? What I got to lose?"
Yeah.
And I went to said church, and when I was there, I had Dalton and his family and other people, and like had long hair, scraggly beard, fucking stank like cigarettes.
Yeah.
You know, just a wild child. They never asked one thing about me that was like that. They were just like, "How are you doing?" And I was honest, as I always am. And like this elderly lady, she's no longer with us, and like when she died, it was like devastating, but she was just basically like, Tornado Sauce has something to say. Nope. Nonverbal saying.
Just wanted to hug.
That's fine. But she just, when I was like, I'm just going through it, you know, fucking dude answer.
Yeah.
And like, she's like, "No, you're not."
Tell me what's going on.
She's like, "There's so much pain behind your eyes. Like, they broke me down." And like coming back to that thought is like, they just showed me genuine love and concern.
Which is rare.
And it was rare. Very rare. Hell, I was living with my dad. I didn't get any of that from him. He's like, "Oh, you're moving in, idiot?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay. I don't want to live in Longview anymore." And he's like, $300 a month, idiot." I was like, "Cool."
Oh, okay.
So, but like that whole experience, I was like, is this what God is? Is this...
It's as close as we're ever going to get.
And that's my saying. Like, I don't think like religion can teach you anything other than like the truest form of it is love.
That's all it's supposed to be.
Like biblically, the love of Jesus was unyielding,
unconditional.
It's
the love of a parent to a child.
Yeah,
that's all it's supposed to be.
That's it.
And all these like, never mind.
Go ahead.
No,
fuck them. Joel Osteen's in the world. They tell you that if you believe in God, you're going to get what you want. That's not true.
No, it's not true. And also, you owe me $30,000 a year.
Yeah. Yeah, take my courses
That's
and
not
learn how to, like...
That's not how it's supposed to work.
No.
Can I bring the Xbox?
Yes. I don't know.
This has gone a weird way, but, like...
I don't know. Well, we can go. I have a path.
I'm the way, the
I
truth.
have a path. Have you heard about the Church of AI?
No.
Okay. There is...
No, what is this?
There is a guy...
Is it Elon?
No. He used to work for Google. And it's not the guy that was all over the news.
Marco.
Yeah, whatever. The
He
guy that said
had
like
the
the AI
AI
is intelligent. It's
Yes,
my
yes.
girlfriend. It's not that guy.
Okay.
It was before him. He started a church based on AI. And he's like, he was a hardcore atheist. He was like, I don't believe there is a God currently,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean there won't ever be a God.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, AI is going to answer all your questions, guide you in ways you don't know you need.
Yeah.
Basically all the things that religion does.
Yes.
But it's not going to be a deity. It's going to be a computer program. Went through the whole thing, filed paperwork with the IRS to be a tax-exempt organization. Because
Actually, that's actually easier than you think.
why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
Got fired from Google, got sued for stealing intellectual property,
Mm-hmm.
filed for bankruptcy, got sentenced to 18 months in jail. But he's the same dude that developed the autonomous driving stuff
For Tesla.
for Uber.
Oh.
And it's not so much they didn't use it for autonomous driving, they used it for their trip calculations, right? So it's the thing that tells you when
Anthony
Yes,
Lewandowski.
yes, that guy.
Okay.
So when you pull up Uber, it shows you where your driver's at, when he's going to be there, who's in the area.
Way of the future.
Yes. Filed for bankruptcy, didn't go to jail because he was able to pay off all of his debt from the sale of his program to Uber.
So the church's goal is to create religious movements that focus on worshiping, understanding, and creating a spiritual connection between humans and AI,
Yes.
as well as shaping public discourse on how to build
This is
technology.
transhumanism.
Yes.
That's what's the big thing right now.
It's huge. Neuralink.
Yeah. But the thing that I was saying, we were talking about church, the hardcore religious right is hard pressed on buying in for this stuff. They're all about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Which is
So
the polar opposite of what they talk about,
Yeah.
but they fully support it.
Yeah. So I know. Let me see how I can say this. It's not a bag deal. Fuck it. I know that there are people in the world that follow quote unquote God, and they're just in it for like the community, the money, and the stature. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I think there's a lot of people that quote unquote follow God, but they have no faith in it at all. And there's also people that believe that what we think. So, like, Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus, these characters that you read in different religions, Shiva or whatever you want to read, these people all have pretty similar messages, and it revolves around love.
Yeah. It's the only
What if these people understood what
true love is the only unbiased feeling.
Well, this is going to be wild noise. This is going to be like, you're like, Matt, you're out of here. Get out of
Quit
here.
yelling at clouds.
Get back in here. You're not an interstellar. You got to go back to Earth. But, like, what if these people, like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, all them,
All the great prophets.
what if they we're able to see on the other side of the veil and understand that love is really all there is. Because from my understanding right now, from the information I have about these people who are nonverbal and they can communicate, love is the main ingredient to make this happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is a great communicator.
It's the thing that drives the whole, like, you don't need earthly possessions. You just need love. And they understood that.
I fucking hate the Beatles, but god damn it.
All you need is love.
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba. Have you ever heard that John Lennon song, Women Are the New N-Word of the World?
No.
Check it out. It's nuts.
Okay.
Yeah. I've known that for about 20 years. I don't talk about it very much, but that is one of his songs. But, like, what if these people that have this key component, like, there was no one testing back then.
No.
What if they had some kind of ancient gene that recesses and comes out every once in a while?
Well, it goes back to what I said before about language. There wasn't a word for it.
Right.
The word meant something different.
Right. But like, so we know Moses had a speech impediment.
Yeah.
His brother Aaron did most of the communicating.
Moses had a massive stutter.
Yeah, but like what if that wasn't just a stutter? What if he was what we're seeing now?
Basically nonverbal.
Nonverbal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
is this crazy?
It's the word. The words meant different things.
Right, but like, what if everybody that we hold stock into and we've based our lives around, and like,
That's why you got to do your own research, man.
that's what I'm trying to do now. That's why I'm doing this podcast. I'm spewing my guts out like an idiot. But like, what if
That's just it.
these people?
What if it's that simple? What if it's always been that easy?
Well, like,
And
what
we
if,
just fucked it up
but
by
like,
trying
what
to
if,
make it hard.
No, I'm going to go deeper. It's going to be wild. Just hold that tight.
I'm holding on.
What if these people
Buckle up.
have, like, they were closer to the original gene, whatever those people were before
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
before the cataclysm. Like we're based off people that are survivors. We're based off people that can figure shit out and get going. We have strong backs, weak minds.
We're workers.
Because we're
worker bees.
We were in the caves when the fucking world was frozen over. Like, there's caves here in America you can go to, and it could fit thousands of people underneath the ground, because whatever has happened on top side of the ground was just like dog shit. Like,
Yeah.
you can't live here.
Yeah. It's not habitable.
Yeah, and like we're products of the survivors, but there's also products of survivors
It's shamans.
that were part of like the truth keeping.
It's the shamans.
Yeah. And like enough of us have fucked enough that like we give birth to the product of like truth keepers, people that can see on the other side. And now we're at this place like, no, they're nonverbal. They can't speak. But they're not even connected to their fucking body because they're so enlightened.
Language doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Kai, and when his mom started communicating with his son Kai, she's like, he told her, it's like, I don't even feel my body. And she's like, well, this is your fingers. And he was writing out like, oh, okay. Oh, or, what? Keep going. Like, he was freaking out. Like,
Tell me more about this vessel.
I'm in this fucking meat vessel.
Tell me more about this vessel I'm in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a pilot.
At the same time, she can be watching a movie downstairs, and he's upstairs knowing what she's watching, and she like messages him, hey Kai, do you want to come downstairs and watch these Special Olympics?
I'm watching it.
He's like, oh, you talking about the guy who lost his leg? I'm in it. I'm watching it right now.
That's wild.
By the way, I saw you went to Target and Bells earlier today when I was at home. Like, this is shit. All this is like fucking connecting with me in a weird way, and it's it's probably wild as fuck, and it doesn't make sense to me, but like,
I can't say that I personally understand it.
no,
But I get it.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
yes.
Like I
This is going to be the wildest podcast we've ever done.
like I feel like that's all right. So we'll go back to like not so much DMT, but like ayahuasca, right?
Yeah. Which is the same chemical compound, just delivered in a different way.
Right.
Right.
So
The ritual makes
if you go back far enough to the teachings of the practitioners of the ayahuasca.
It was discovered in the 1800s.
And if the guy that was like, hey, how did you...
No.
He said, the plants told me.
So they wanted to name one of the chemical compounds.
Ayahuasca literally translates to language of the gods.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah,
It's not accurate,
you're
but
right.
it's very close.
But there's a chemical in there that the scientists wanted to name was telethogram. And they said, no, it's already been made up before. So there's a chemical in there they wanted to name like because these people who did it.
Telethogram. That sounds like talking with your brain.
Yeah, well, these people who did it, this is way back in the gap. But this is before the big fucking drug war. This is before anything like that. These people were in a room and they're like, I can understand what you're thinking.
Yeah, I can
fucking read your mind.
I can hear colors.
Yeah, I've heard colors. It's different. I've been high before and I didn't know what people were thinking. I just thought I had to eat.
Yeah, dance with the trailer.
Or freestyle. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Put it in your belly. But like, there's so much to it. And like, I've been reeling on this for 2 days.
I feel like we could do at least 3 more episodes on just this.
We're going to do it tonight.
Okay.
Just,
We'll pause it. I'll put my kids to bed. We'll come back.
do you need to put them to bed?
Probably in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
So like, here is some of the way my brain's been working. Hearing all this and like hearing like different things. Like I connected the Moses thing today in my brain. Like in the Bible,
Checks out. You think about it, it checks out.
like
The maths.
but like this man talked to God
Through a bush.
through a bush, which
Allegedly.
allegedly that bush was an acacia bush, which is highly rich with DMT. Did you know that?
I did not.
That's so in the
And
area.
it was also on fire. Uh-oh.
So like maybe he's getting, and like these rules that they gave us are like kind of common sense. Hey, don't kill, don't steal, don't look at your neighbor's shit. Just be yourself.
It's literally don't be a piece of shit.
Don't be a good man.
Yeah.
And Jesus, after everything is said and done, he's like, all I ask is you follow the commandments and believe in what I'm teaching.
Yeah. Love each other.
Love each other. That's it.
It always comes back to love.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That's wild.
Acceptance. Huh.
I don't know. I think
It seems so easy.
so. I think they like. This is sound. Oh God, I'm fucking.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So my mind, my theory, the
I'm
way
a simple man.
I'm a blue collar boy in Texas who welds in the summer. I'm an idiot. I don't know much. All I know how to is a good like drinking good beer.
Yeah.
I know how to fight sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm
Checks
also
out.
a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm honest. I think, my mind, no one else's, no one said this, but I think, call me crazy, I think whoever was here on this earth years ago, not the survivor scum that we are.
Eons ago.
This is before the Younger Dryas impact.
Mm-hmm.
This is the people that built Atlantis. This is the people who built the pyramids. These are the people that figured out shit. I think that they were so enriched mentally that they were able to like, yeah, we'll build this pyramid. These stones mean nothing because we can move them up here.
Yeah.
Telepathy.
Yeah.
Telekinesis.
Well, there's what do they say? We use 20% of our brain?
If that.
What if that other...
But we're the fucking brain of survivors that gave up on everything because we're trying to survive.
We had the bare minimum requirements.
So like in every ancient civilization, there is always one person that comes and spreads the truth.
We had the bare minimum requirements for survival.
Yes.
Which is like...
That's us now, though.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
Oh, we work all week so we make money to eat food?
Yes. It's
Fucking,
the same.
we're dumb as shit.
It's the same mentality. There are people here now not saying it's the same mentality, that are far superior to us.
Eons. Look at fucking Elon Musk. He's a psychopath. I don't think he's doing great in the government.
He's an alien.
He's an alien. No, I think that he's one of the people that are closer to the fucking
Also,
shit.
a massively high-functioning autist.
That's what I'm saying. I think at one time there was a civilization of people that could handle big projects like moving stones bigger than the stone they put in the fucking there's an art museum in LA, the Modern Art Museum. They wanted to put this giant rock over this fucking walkway. It took us now, this is fucking 10 years ago,
17 engineers and
32
construction workers.
146 tires.
Yeah.
Like a trailer built underneath it so it can move it. They moved 2 miles down the road, and it took them fucking 4 days to get it there.
And the quote-unquote Egyptians built the pyramids in 20 years.
If that.
Which are 4 times the size of the same rock.
And it was supposed to be built by Hebrew slaves?
Yeah.
Kick rocks.
So, I sent you a video today.
I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
And it's like, hey, this is fucking news. And it was like a bunch of random shit.
I wanted to I'm sorry, I didn't watch it.
But one of the things he talked about was like, hey, they found tools, bone tools, that date back to 1.5 million years ago.
No way.
Which is roughly 1 million years before bone tools were known to have existed.
That's the thing. Like,
our timeline is fucked.
Well, for years.
And false.
So for years, 4 years, they thought we only went back 12,000 years ago. We were hunter-gatherers. We started figuring shit out. And now...
I got that shot down.
Now, I'm not... Look at all this.
Yeah. Pow.
But now, 12,000 years... That doesn't make sense.
The math doesn't math?
The math isn't mathing. Do I sound like crazy as shit for saying that?
Nope. Because I'm with you. Like, somebody listening may say yes.
Yeah.
But...
Please do.
No. I think you're... we're on the same page. I don't care what anybody else thinks.
I think there's going to be... Yes. I think there's going to be a movement...
I'm the keeper of the cooler.
The keeper of the cooler. I think there's going to be, like, a wild movement in the next... 2 years. That we're going to start figuring out that...
I think it's going to be quicker than that.
Maybe.
I think there's going to be a certain point where...
2 years is fucking... Like, I was just thinking, like...
No, there's going to be a point where we reach really soon where the dam breaks, and there's going to be so much information available that the denial has to go away.
So, like, the biggest debate in the past year was supposed to be this Flint dribble debate with Graham Hancock, and a lot of people thought...
Yeah, and Graham Hancock made him look like a bitch.
No.
Yes,
I thought... No. Monday morning quarterback, yes. Like the day of, when I listened to that podcast, I was like, oh my God, is he right? This is fucking wild. When the next couple of days after that podcast, you start reading what people are saying, like, oh no, you're a fucking liar, Flint. You're a liar. Like, that's not true. It's like, he was so compassionate. He was so, like, no.
He only knew what he knew.
Yeah.
And was not willing to listen to anything other than
He's
what
lost.
he knew.
He's lost his his residency in the college. It's gone.
That's bad.
Like, his whole program shutting down because people are like, "No, you're fucking out of your gourd." Yeah, maybe something Graham Hancock says is wild and it's not true, but like
the biggest drawback I had to Flint's response was he was so unwilling to even entertain. It wasn't like, I'm not going to listen to your shit. He was so unwilling to entertain the fact that he could be wrong.
I just wish...
Which is the hallmark of a stupid person.
Yes. I just wish that there's an ability to, like... I went to college. I went all these years. I know how to be an archaeologist. I wish those people who are like stuck in their ways, I wish they can get with the Randall Carlsons, the Jimmy Corsettas, the fucking Graham Hancocks of the world and be like, okay, tell me what you're saying so we can look it up. Because like I'd be so dope, like I'd be stoked to hear like we digged it up, we looked it over.
Yeah.
Graham was wrong. Perfection.
Yeah. Give me evidence.
That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah.
And like preserving history, I am for.
Right.
But also, I need to know.
And also from what we know now,
I've got
in the last, I don't know what, 6 months.
Yeah.
There are alternative ways to excavate without disturbing.
Well, the fucking LiDAR and satellite imaging that we're getting right now from the fucking pyramids is pretty huge.
Yeah.
You mean there's a whole thing down there that no one saw for the past fucking...
And also nobody can dig there because it's a protected site.
Why?
I mean, I understand, like, yes, protect sites. I get that.
Yes.
That should happen. That should be a thing. But
I'll tell you...
at the same point in time, I feel like it's the same situation with, like, redacted government records, right?
Okay.
Like, we're going to give you this much information
Oh, I've been getting...
just to get your, like, tickle your pickle, right?
Yeah.
But we're not going to give you all the story.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with protected historical sites. Like,
Why did it say you're live again?
it's said that.
It said you're live right then.
Maybe it's a time thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's the same deal with, like, archaeology stuff. It's like you have to go in and, like, you've got to be willing to potentially disrupt some history
Yeah.
and other people to be okay with that.
Okay. I have to pee so bad.
Me too.
Can we pause?
We can. Okay. We'll be right.
He said I'm watching, not commenting.
Hey, Spotify.
Hey,
Welcome
we're
back.
back. So,
I turned the in the bedroom so he can go watch. It's on in the bedroom.
I turned the stream on outside. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Loud boys.
So he was like, I want to watch your podcast. Can I watch it on my iPad? I was like, no, you have YouTube Kids. You can't watch this.
Oh.
So I just turned it on in the bedroom.
No way.
Yeah.
So he's going to watch us
Yeah,
talk.
he's going to be in the bedroom watching us talk.
He's going to come back in here like, hi. And run back in there and see if he can see himself. So we were talking about... I wanted to bring up my time when I went to Chichen Itza in Mexico.
Do it.
So...
It ties into what we were talking about before.
Yeah, but like I don't know why it tied in. I just knew I had to remember Chichen Itza in Mexico. This is what I'm saying. We don't have the brain for it. We're dumb. When I went there, I was 12, 13. I was 13. I went to Cozumel, and then we did a whole expedition the next day.
Yeah.
We took a ferry to Cozumel, drove to the pyramids. We drove to a bunch of ruins. But Chichen Itza, it was one of those things like my age, being young, not knowing how many things worked.
Right.
Like,
Like, I wish I could go back to some of the places I've been to before with the current knowledge that I have.
yeah, absolutely.
Like, it ties into what you're talking about. I would have
Robot
appreciated them a
noises.
lot more.
So, like, even then, but, like, it was cool. So, like, I talk a lot of shit on my dad. At this time, my dad was the coolest man alive. Like, he had a good head on his shoulders. He was just living for himself
Right.
and me.
Yeah.
He didn't care about other people. He was just being a good dad. He took me to Mexico. Our whole family went.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Like, I do say a lot of shit about my dad. Because, like, as of right now, where he stands, piece of shit. Back then, he was dope potatoes. Go.
I jumped off this league.
Okay. I'll tell everybody.
Go.
Back then, he was just, like, trying to give me an experience.
Yeah.
Him and my mom just got separated. They were divorced. And he was like, you want to go to Mexico? We're going to fucking see everything. We went deep sea fishing. We went to Chichen Itza. We went to, like, Progreso. Like, we fucking...
You did the thing.
This is when Mexico wasn't as dangerous. So we just went and did shit. And, like, I was obsessed with history. And, like, I didn't even know anything about Mexico and Chichen Itza and Mayans or nothing like that.
Right.
That day actually started like we're gonna die in 2012.
Started the deep dive.
Yeah, it was like 2003, 2002, and I was like, "Hey, do you know in like 10 years we're fucked?" Like, I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
But like,
have you seen the Mayan calendar?
being there and seeing everything that was built, like you would go to like the pyramid that's there. It's a pyramid.
It is.
It's not like in Egypt.
It's pretty fucking impressive, though.
It's impressive.
Considering a primitive culture
yeah.
built it.
And it's like the stones.
There were air quotes for Spotify listeners.
For the audio listeners. So like the stones in that pyramid, and this is like firsthand experience, like it would take a fucking army of dudes to stack up those stones accurately enough so every spring and fall equinox
line up.
They line up.
Not able to stack them, to cut them.
So they're in stages.
The cuts,
yes,
by themselves, without the geometry of the build.
Yeah,
the cuts alone. You know that now.
Yeah. So like Chichen Itza is in stages. It's not smooth. And every equinox you can go there and the cuts make a snake.
Well, in Chichen Itza there's the big pyramid on one side, and then like 50 yards away there's the pillars,
yes,
that line up with.
That's the observatory.
The sun comes up over the top of the pyramid and lines up straight.
So
with the
go back up a little bit, buddy. So the observatory, which are these, they're like rows and rows and stacks and stacks. You can look down it, and they're so perfectly lined up. Mm-hmm. And they can go down this way and look at it. They're perfectly lined up. Like if you had a transverse in a level and a fucking bunch of dudes that are like really about this job, it would take you forever to get anything like that.
Probably still wouldn't get it.
Right. So, and also there's the observatory, which is like a window in the top.
Yes.
And the sun, like you can look at it.
Yeah.
It's like it was designed for this
one thing.
One thing.
It's a purposefully built structure.
Yeah.
That with a team of engineers today, it would take you 30 years to build.
Yeah. It was like, back then it was impressive.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, these old dudes.
So I want to go back to these places I've been to before. Like, I've been to Chichen Itza.
So you can't climb Chichen Itza anymore.
Oh, that sucks.
They won't let you.
I climbed that bitch.
I did too. I got to the very top, me and my dad, and we like looked over and you can see like different buildings.
Yeah.
And it's like a jungle for miles and miles.
Yeah.
And like.
But you see these like humps. Like, that's another pyramid.
And.
That's another pyramid.
And you can go inside and see the fucking panther, the jaguar. Did you do that?
No, we didn't get to go inside.
We got to go inside. And it was like the fucking hallway was this wide, this tall, and you climb in there for a while.
Short Kings.
Yeah. And we go in there and it's like hot. It's not cold. Like you would think if you go
underground cold, yeah.
It was not
wine cellar. It's cold.
It was the coolest thing. And then like we had this beautiful tour guide. I'll never forget her. She was a fucking torta. Top-notch Latina lady, and it's where I think I started being in love with those people. I say that sounded bad.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people? But like, I was obsessed with this one woman. She's like explaining everything. She went to the arena where they played that game, apparently, where they like it's no handball, but they would hip it into the hoop.
Yeah, whoever lost died.
Yeah. And then it gets you're sacrificing to the Sun King or the Corn King or whoever.
Yeah, whatever season it was.
It was a weird burp. Then we're the buses are here, and she goes, I have to explain this, and it was like this cut out plywood.
You had a significantly better tour guide than we had.
This was like 2002, 2003. Mexico needed money. They didn't need fucking relic reservation. Like they were just trying to tell you everything they knew. Just right in it.
That's cool. Go away. I'll have you go away.
Gotta go.
Scoot.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Yes. Go watch it in my room. It's on the TV.
No.
I love you. Tornado sauce.
Yeah, tornado sauce. But like she goes into the Mayan calendar.
Oh, nice.
And she goes, apparently this calendar that what we've read, it ends on December 21st, 2012. And everyone's like, what does that mean? She's like, it's up to you to figure that out because like the information we have is
that's where it stops.
December 21st, 2012, it's over. And like looking back at life, 2012, a lot of things changed in this earth. Like I feel like we started going like rapid pace. Have you ever noticed that?
Yes. Well, it's like we talked about this 3-4 episodes ago. The amount of technological advancement, and that's a very broad umbrella, right? It
Yeah.
can be anything from vehicles to machinery to the way we live life.
Yeah.
If you go back 100 years and look at the rate increase compared to what we have now over the last the last 30 years, the exponential number has just, it's like the sine wave has gone.
YouTube right now. Shut up. It's it
What was that?
so in 2012, that's when that what the fuck is it called? The giant proton collider CERN. That's 2012 is when the first time it ran.
No.
No? Oh.
It was in like the early 90s, late 80s, the first time they fired it up.
They ran it in 2012.
They did.
There's like this huge.
So we can go down a whole other rabbit hole.
I don't give a fuck.
We can go down with like the Mandela effect, right?
That's where I was trying to.
So that lines
into.
up with like the late 80s, early 90s. Initially.
Okay.
That's the first time they fired up CERN. And it allegedly opened a gateway to another dimension, whatever. Who cares? But, yeah. Hold on. Let me see if give me a tab. Let me get another tab.
Yeah, to get a tab and I feel like this is like that has been a wild theory to me.
This is also maybe my favorite thing about having another available.
I love it.
Thing.
You can.
My phone is there, so I can't Google on my phone.
Oh, I didn't send a video. I just sent my face. That was weird.
'98. First one.
Really?
98, 2008, and then
2012.
July 4th, 2012.
That's what. So.
That's when they discovered the Higgs boson particle.
Right.
Yeah.
And that particle is
That's the God particle.
the God particle.
Yep.
That's when everything started getting screwy and weird.
That's when everything just went to shit.
I had my daughters in 2012, so this sounds really shitty to say, but like everything was going smoothly in life until 2012.
You didn't know any better. Yeah, but yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? I just think like it's something to look into because I know there's a lot of people that are like, God damn, what the fuck happened?
It's like we always say, do your own research.
Well, like in 2012,
don't just like, I'm gonna listen to this video. Like, that's TikTok.
Trump is king.
TikTok, X/Twitter. They're great places to start, but that's all it is. It's a start.
That's it.
Like, take what you've got from there.
Yeah.
and then like dig deeper.
That's where I'm at with a lot of
Because
shit.
the amount of shit you'll learn after a 13-second quote unquote deep dive,
Yeah.
as fast as you can read.
Right.
I don't know. There's so much more information that is so easy to access. And
Yeah.
you know what? It's up to you to determine what's bullshit and what's not.
Right.
I don't care. I'm not telling you what to believe.
Well, there's shit that I thought was bullshit 5 years ago. Looking back into it now,
Yeah.
it wasn't. Like, time has shown me more truth
Right. And
than
that's
anything.
I think that's always going to happen. Like the goalposts are constantly moving, right?
So, I got a memory on my Facebook from
Yeah.
2020, and it was me sharing these videos of people who were saying, like, Anthony Fauci's a dog shit human being,
Checks out.
and, like, the coronavirus is not what you think it is.
Checks out.
Now.
Checked out then.
Well,
If you had a brain.
when I shared that, there's comments underneath there, and I fucking wanted to. I wanted to comment now and be like, where are we at with this now? Now that we're in 2025.
Can I get real like
Get it.
problematic for a second?
Get it.
If you go to the CDC's website,
Mm-hmm.
they have graphs that you can pull back through and pick whatever you want to see on them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sound like a guy yelling at his yard right
We're on
now.
YouTube. We just said coronavirus. I think we fucked up.
I don't care.
We're not getting paid. Whatever.
Yeah, fuck it.
Eat
This
ass.
is pro boner.
Pro boners.
If you look at the flu rates
Yeah.
over the last 30 years,
Yep.
it's like pretty steady.
Yep. And then
And then 2020, there's zero.
zero.
And then like 2021 picks up a little bit. 2022 is like back to normal.
I feel.
Where did the flu go?
Right.
Matt Smith. Where did the flu go?
So, like, I feel fucking super salty about coronavirus. My best friend is no longer with us
Yeah,
because they put him on a ventilator.
exactly.
Which has been scientifically proven was a dog shit thing to
it's
fucking...
an immediate death sentence.
It was a dog shit thing to do to somebody.
Those are the numbers I really want to see. Of all the people that were diagnosed, again in air quotes, with COVID-19
yeah.
that they put on a ventilator,
Yeah.
what's the survival rate?
I think
I bet it's zero.
I bet every fucking...
Or it's less than 2%.
So...
What if you just fucking toughed it out?
I know people who've
I
been
bet
on the
it's
ventilator.
98%.
Well, I've heard stories of people being on the ventilator and they came through, but they didn't have any other post morbidity coming into it. Like, they weren't overweight, they didn't have diabetes, they weren't acceptable to apnea, they weren't, high blood pressure, they weren't anything like this, right?
Yeah.
So, what?
Written comments.
Are they just talking shit?
No, it's we're here. We're on the same page.
Okay, so like I lost my brother-in-law, my best friend, because he had COVID. This was in 2021. This is a year after the whole fact. He was in the hospital, and they said, "Hey, your kidneys are slipping. You're not recuperating right. We need to put you on a ventilator."
Ventilator had shit to do with
Ain't got
kidneys.
a goddamn thing to do with anything with your kidneys.
That's lungs.
Yeah.
And like the blood circulation, I get it.
His
but, like,
oxygen level was like at 86-90.
it's not ventilator.
But they put him on it. They filled him up with propofol, which killed Michael Jackson, which killed Prince, which killed Tom Petty.
Yeah.
This is the same fucking thing that has made people go to sleep forever.
It's effective as a euthanasia agent.
That's it. Like, looking back, I'm so salty about it. Like, my brother-in-law, my best friend's no longer with us. He can't raise his children because Longview Regional decided to make the call, which was what they were told to do.
Every hospital was.
Every hospital. And if you didn't do that, if like you can see it's not like a fucking
The last comment was payouts to hospitals if they had ventilators. They were shipping in ventilators to hospitals.
Yes. Who the fuck had the fucking stock interest in ventilators at this time?
And so my reply to the comment was follow the money.
It's so fucking
It always works. Follow the money. It always works.
I went through 2020 till now. Never went to the doctor. I got a cold, like a bad cold, one time. And it was it was December 2019.
My ex was sick in December
2019.
Went to La Finca here in Gilmer.
Yeah.
She loves their hot sauce. It's one
Top
of her
notch.
favorite things on the planet.
Check out La Finca.
The brown sauce.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yes. It's good shit.
She was like, I
can't taste it.
taste it.
Yeah.
She didn't feel bad. I was like, no, that sucks. And then like 4 months later,
yeah.
oh, guess what? This new virus, you smell and taste.
December 2019, my ex, me, and all my kids came down with something.
Yeah.
And it was horrendous for 2 days.
I just built a body that nothing can survive in except for alcohol and nicotine.
Well, like, I don't get sick very often unless I eat fucking bad Whataburger.
It's different sick.
But, like, we laid in my bed. My kids, my ex, and I were in one bed. And we're just watching fucking reruns of cartoons we've seen 100 times. And we had a fever. And we were suffering.
Yeah.
For like a day.
Yeah. And you're fine.
No. I said, I'm going to go to the doctor and make sure this isn't something weird. Because we're all sick. If I can figure out what you want to cure it with,
yeah,
I can go from there. Went to the doctor because I had insurance, and I didn't want to take my kids because they had insurance, and she had insurance. But
if you can't expose your family to something,
I'll make the drive.
Yeah.
Went to the doctor. The doctor says, I don't know what this is. We're going to call it a viral infection.
That's because COVID wasn't a thing in December 2019.
I said, what should
but
I do?
In March of 2020, it was the hot word.
I said, what should I do? Because like my whole family has this. He's like, take vitamin C.
Go outside
and get some rest.
Yeah.
We all did that.
Great. Fine.
Fucking
no
2 days later, I'm back at work hammering away.
Yeah.
Then COVID happened. And like I'll be honest, the first 2 months of COVID, I wore a bandana and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Are we all about to die? I was worried about my kids. I was worried about everything.
Right.
So I would go to Walmart by myself. Also, at the same time, I'm working outside building a hay barn and like a corral for my ex-boss by myself. Fuck that guy. But like, I was by myself making a pipe fence happen. I'm out in the sun. I go through that whole entire year, nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like surely I would have to get the bug.
Right. I've been around people.
And then I start doing like my own research. Like you said, like let's look some shit up.
Yeah.
I'm getting plenty of vitamin D. Vitamin C. I like at this time I was actually taking like supplements for myself.
Right.
Not to like not get COVID, but like
just in general. Just to be healthy.
Just to be healthy. Así Alego. He's so cool. But like I went through that whole year until the next year we went on vacation at Surfside in Texas.
Yeah.
And at that time my sister-in-laws, they were sick. And then my other sister-in-law who was married to Dalty, she got sick. Then Dalton got sick. The only ones that didn't get sick were Kaylin, me, and the kids.
Who had already been exposed.
And also we went to the beach every day.
Been outside.
That whole...
Sunshine.
Well, listen. That whole week, which was supposed to be a vacation, like I was getting up This is the first time I got my apnea machine, too. Like,
Nice.
that vacation, I picked up my apnea machine and we went to the beach. So I was getting, like, super rest.
Super oxygen.
Like, I was breathing right during my... I'm getting the sleep I needed.
And all the sunshine imaginable.
And, like, all the sunshine. So my daughter, Carrington, got something. She had a fever one night. Over it.
Yeah.
She was fine the next day. So that whole vacation, like Kayla and I would get up with the kids, put sunscreen on, like, we're going down to the beach. We'll let these adults suffer.
Yeah.
Because, like, what else can we do?
We're at the beach. We're going to the beach.
Yeah. And after that vacation, you know, everyone got home and Dalton would sleep on the couch because he didn't want to wake up Megan because he was having a hard time. He was coughing and he's like, I don't want to. And that's when everyone suggests, like, maybe you should go to the ER. He wasn't going to go till everyone was like, you should go in. You know, you're having a hard time keeping up. And then he got checked in. And then from that check-in, a couple days later, they're like, hey, your kidneys are slipping. You need to put you under. Looking back, it's so hard to do that now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I knew. You know, like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a fucking medical
you're trusting
profession.
You're trusting the people that have gone to school for 8 years to be like,
hey,
this is the thing that So, like, when my personal family experience was like, my ex got sick before it all started. And then we had the brewery in the middle of it, and it was
y'all were canning cans and selling them on the go,
slinging beer like a
y'all probably made
fucking Wild
more
West.
money that
This
way.
is the best year we ever had.
Yeah,
was in the middle of COVID. And then after, quote unquote, after COVID, I got sick.
Yeah.
And by got sick, I mean, like, Jacqueline tested positive for COVID.
Yeah. I never tested from then on.
We did the home test. Like, I never.
No, I never even did that. I just fucking.
But I had like this is when work was still like, if you're sick, stay home.
Yes.
Shit. I had a really, 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 really bad headache.
Yeah.
For like 2 days, and like a really high fever.
That checks out.
For like 2 days, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm fine.
Right.
Unstable ecosystem right here. Nothing survives. Not even the good shit.
So that whole vacation, I drank more beer.
Oh yeah, flush it out.
Than I've ever drank.
Flush it out.
So she's still my niece. I love her to death. We share a birthday, like, we're 2 days away from each other. So we had her birthday that same vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she had a luau birthday, so we shared that birthday together.
Hey Kevin, what's up?
And we drank, like, we didn't. She did. She's a child, but, like, I drank.
You drink enough for her and you and another person.
And this is when I still smoked cigarettes. And apparently nicotine was a good thing for COVID.
Well, that's why France had this like super low COVID rate.
Because
everybody there smokes like crazy.
So I was drunk and smoking cigarettes. And like,
it's an unstable environment for viruses.
I was never going to get it.
You're not going to prove me wrong.
No.
It's facts.
Facts.
Personal anecdotes.
Personal experience.
Count as facts on this podcast.
I was the cure for COVID. And my blood type was nicotine and alcohol.
It was Camel Lights.
Camel Lights in the soft pack.
That's right.
If I can get it.
That's
I've been
right.
looking at them so hard here lately. It's so wild.
Keep going.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. But, like,
I'll still hear you.
it's just nuts to look back at that whole thing that happened. And, like, seeing how many people suffer from it. And the ventilator stuff makes me crazy. I look back at that and I wish I could just known more, like, known what I knew now then. And, like, to tell people, like, don't freaking do that. And it's still wild to me that I see people that are like, I'm not a big, if you're going to take the jab or the shot or whatever, that's fine with me. But like, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like foreign objects in your blood that you don't need.
Yeah,
like,
make your own decisions with the vaccinations. I don't care. That's up to you.
But it's still wild to me. Like, there's some people that take the jab. They lost people during the thing.
So I look at that the same way, sort of, as like my kids go to public school. They have to have vaccinations.
Yeah, but like,
but
why do they need a vaccination for fucking hepatitis?
I don't know. I don't know the science behind it, but
some hepatitis is viral and you can get it, but that hasn't been a thing since the fucking Korean War.
yeah. But the
most of it is sexually transmitted.
Right.
Why is my child taking a vaccination for a sexual transmitted drug
at 4 years old?
At 4 years old.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
But the thing, like, you had a very similar experience traumatically with your family
Yeah.
during the vid,
Yeah.
as a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Because there was not
The
enough...
fucking ratio of people who lost somebody.
It's because there was not enough information made available.
Right.
It's the whole thing is like you can literally take that little factoid and apply it to every other fucked up situation we've ever had in our entire human existence.
Yes.
And be like, oh yeah, cool. That was shit at the moment, and a lot of fucked up things happened because we didn't know any better.
Well, I lost my granddad from a fucking dumbass doctor.
My dad died because the doctor at the VA hospital told him he had bad gas.
Yeah.
He had a ruptured hernia. He bled out.
They gave my grandfather...
So I get it.
They gave my grandfather an enema that ruptured his colon and gangrene set in.
Yeah.
He was supposed to come home.
Sorry.
He was supposed to come home, and then we find out, no, the gangrene got him. That's how it was explained to us by the fucking doctor. The gangrene got him. A war
Yeah. He survived the war.
infection.
Yeah, my dad was like, World War II veteran, Bataan Death March, prisoner of war, survived all that shit.
No, gangrene shouldn't be a thing now.
They're like, oh, you have bad gas.
Fuck you.
This dude, when he got back from the Bataan Death March, was pronounced dead because his heart rate was so low because he was starved to death.
Yeah.
They covered his ass up with a sheet.
Yeah.
He set up,
Fucking-
threw the sheet off and said, hey,
What the fuck?
what the fuck?
Yes.
They sent him home and he was great.
God damn it,
They
Mr. Collier.
and he was great.
What was your granddad's name?
Grady Enzer.
Goddamn Grady.
Yeah.
Oh,
Grady Eulis Enzer. It's the best
fucking
It's the
name.
best goddamn man I've ever known
Let's
in my life.
change our name, both of us, to Grady Ulysses.
Yeah. And then he fucking died of some bullshit like a hernia because a doctor misdiagnosed it at the VA hospital because he didn't have time to look into it.
My grandfather was one of the toughest dudes. He was, so, granted, he was diabetic. But he was diabetic like in the 80s. They're like, hey, you got a sweet tooth that ain't fucking something to fuck with. He went through a quadruple bypass surgery, right?
Yes.
He survives. Everyone's like, oh, nothing's going to bring the old man down, you know? And he went to the doctor because he was complaining about pain. That was like internal. And it was he had the surgery, and like 2 months later, he goes back to the ER in Pittsburgh, Texas. And anybody from Pittsburgh, you probably remember this doctor. His name was Dr. Fuller, allegedly. Dr. Fuller fucking killed my grandfather.
Familiar with the name.
Yeah, he fucking killed my grandfather, allegedly. Well, I gotta say that so I don't get in trouble.
Allegedly.
He said, no, you're just constipated. I'm gonna give you a fucking super enema. And like...
Exploded his colon.
And it killed... It shot up in his butthole and ruptured his colon.
Which is a very... susceptible organ to be damaged.
Yeah. Especially if you're fucking 73, 74 years old. Then he goes to Tyler ETMC and Tyler, and they're doing everything they can to like save, like figure out what's going on. And there was a moment where he was supposed to like make the recovery and come home. Well, then everything drops off. At this time, I'm home at my grandma's house with my mom was at home. I went to my grandparents' house just to watch TV because they had satellite, TV. And then I get a phone call, and it was me answering it and basically saying like the gangrene got him. That's how it was explained to me. And then he passed away. My Mimi had to pull the plug because he wasn't fighting the infection enough.
Right. Which is a fucked up situation to put somebody in, by the way.
Hey, he's not going to make it. Pull the plug. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
God damn.
Like,
I'm not a doctor. I've never went through the fucking schooling. I don't know. It was just, there's so many things that like you're supposed to have trust in, and then you find out it's not the same. I went to the fucking ER because I had something in my eye, metal-wise.
You did.
No, this was the other time, not last time. I went to the eye doctor. I learned my lesson. This was like a year ago. I went to the ER. I had something in my eye. I couldn't sleep because every time I blinked, I felt like a fucking wedge in my eye.
Yeah. It's literally cutting me.
So I go to the ER in Kilgore, and I go, hey, there's something in my eye. Can y'all get it out? And they go, well, we're not really suited for it, but we'll try.
You're the goddamn ER.
Yeah.
This is your job. Emergency room. It's in the name.
We'll hire somebody who knows how to fucking do shit. Especially in Kilgore. There's so many goddamn weld shops and people who use anything that can get like
so much industrial shit in Kilgore, period. Yeah.
Yes. So they hold me down. They don't have anything to make my eye numb. They're holding me down.
Good luck.
And they have a fucking Q-tip and they're fucking scraping my goddamn eye. And they're like, just calm down. I'm like, I'm trying.
You can mess with a lot of parts of my body.
My eyes are not one.
Don't touch my eyes.
And like the next day, like I had to call my boss. Like, hey, I went to the ER last night. Didn't go great. They told me to go to the eye doctor because they couldn't figure it out after they fucking poked my eye with a Q-tip.
They dug
a dry-ass cotton Q-tip.
They dug most of my eyeball out, but it still hurts.
I go to the eye doctor, and they're like, yeah, I can see where they scraped a while. So you go to the eye doctor, they have this like super magnifying lens.
It goes
blowing your eye.
Yeah, fucking hate that.
Well, they put eye drops in my eye and it made my eye numb. I can't feel my eyeball anymore.
This is great. It feels great.
And they said like stare at this light. I'm like, okay. And then they have a tool and they go ving, 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 ving. And they're like, okay, it's done. Don't go to the ER ever again.
10 minutes.
They said call us. We have after hours program.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's like twice as expensive, but it's there. I need one of those.
I'll give you one of those. Kevin Blaylock said good night, my dudes.
I love you, Kevin Blaylock.
I told him I've only got a few comments left because my iPad is at like 1%.
Ooh. This will be the last beer of the podcast.
Maybe.
We'll see. I don't know. But like, it's so nuts to me that
I could also go get a charger. That's an option.
Silly thoughts. It's just crazy to me that like we are supposed to be so far beyond having accidents in the medical field.
Malpractice happens every day,
And
every hour.
It happened like the shit that happened in 2020. It lets me know that no. The money makes the fucking deal.
The entire year of 2020 should be sued as a malpractice incident.
I look at my
in general. I mean, I get it. There are legitimately good doctors.
Oh yes,
that give a shit and try.
Yes.
And I don't want to do like a lump sum thing and like all these people are bullshit. No. There are people that care. There are people that try to do their own fucking brain work and understand a situation and not just be like, oh yeah, well, this guy over here said that this is what we should do.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
There's people that have their own brains.
Well, I
And as
feel
long as we can maintain that sense of intelligence, where like there are a handful of people.
I think there needs to be.
The problem is the people that know what the fuck is going on are the quiet people.
Yep.
The people that just don't care.
Yep.
Are the loud people.
Yeah. I think there is like this fucking weird system. And this might sound fucking woo-woo, whatever you want to say. Like, I literally fucking an hour ago said, like, I think everybody that was smart back in the day was maybe autistic. I get that.
Shamans.
But I think the system, the way it's built, like, if you go to med school, like, you go to college and then you get into a med school, you're in it for 8+ years. So the money you owe is astronomical. Your fucking starting line, you're fucking $400 to like $800,000 in the hole.
Yeah.
Because
Out of the gate.
Like,
And
when
hope you can find a job.
When I started the fucking starting line, I went to work. Every money I made was what I made. Like, granted, I'm not fucking rich as shit. I get that, but like, I don't owe that. I don't owe fucking school payments. I don't have to. That's not me.
No.
So like, you get some pharmaceutical companies, and you get some people that are like representatives, and they're like, "Hey,
we'll give you a little kickback,
fucking taste,
a
little kickback."
Yeah.
So I get that. It's fucked up.
It's the way the world works, unfortunately.
But like, I get it. You played free safety at the high school football team. You got into a good college. You did great. And you decided you're going to go to med school. You go to med school. And next thing you know, it's like, okay, here's your first job. You owe $750,000.
Yeah.
6 or 7 months into it.
We're going to pay you $80,000 a year.
Well, 6 or 7 months into it, you're like, this is a good check, but I have to pay fucking $800 a month to pay these loans back.
Yeah.
And it's kicking my fucking teeth in the dirt.
Yeah.
Not to mention if you have a girlfriend that's pregnant and you're like, I got to make money somehow. And they're like,
Right. I got to buy a house. I got to do all this shit.
like, have you ever heard of Oxycontin? It makes the pain go away. And you're like, I got a lot of patience.
Hey,
pain.
but if you prescribe it twice a month,
Yeah.
we'll give you
We'll say $800.
Yeah, we'll cover that student loan.
2 times $800 a month? That's wild.
Yeah. What if
Imagine if you did that 18 times.
Right.
You'd be so rich.
This is free money.
Next thing you know it, they're driving a fucking S-Class and they're just like,
Yeah.
I'm living high on the hog.
Yeah.
Not to mention every one of their patients are fucking in the ditch, scratching their necks, fucking flipping the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody's on methadone now.
everyone's... I can't afford the Oxycontin because my insurance dropped me because I had to quit my job because I pee on fire. The cup cannot withstand my piss anymore.
Yeah.
I have to go to heroin now because it's way cheaper than that.
Methadone's free,
Methadone's free,
which is fucked up. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no, I get it for the recovery aspect. It's important. Why is that free and like penicillin, insulin, cancer drugs?
Insulin.
Why are those not free?
The number one thing in America right now is heart disease and diabetes.
Right.
Diabetes.
Wilford Brimley's.
If you're diabetic, you have to take insulin.
And if you're lucky, it only costs you $500 a month.
Maybe that.
If you're lucky.
If you're fucking so lucky.
Yeah.
iPad died.
It did.
So like that the whole fucking system to me,
It's fucked.
it's fucked up. I worked with a guy, I'm not going to say his name. I worked at him in Bi-County Water Supply. He was my supervisor. Super diabetic. He dipped a can and a half of Copenhagen Wintergreen a day. And every time... It's a lot. Yes. He was just trying to feel God again.
Yeah.
And he can't because he's just...
Numb at this
I
point in
bet
time.
he's dead. I bet if I looked him up, there's an obituary in like 2012 about him. I really do. Because he was like... He was diabetic, but he also didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I gotta fucking shoot myself in the hip every day.
Don't care.
but also I love donuts.
As long as I shoot myself in the hip every day, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
He's like, yeah, I love donuts, but also,
Yeah.
We shared the same last name. It was a while. He actually has my father's name, which was really weird. But like,
Is your other daddy?
who?
Your boss that you were just talking
No,
about.
I fucking couldn't stand him.
Yeah.
Like
but
when he
it's-
would talk to me, I was 20 years old, 21 years old. I was not the one to do it to. He wanted to fire me so bad, but like the other dudes were like, God damn, the dude is such a hard worker. His mouth is horrible, but like we can't fire him. I get it.
Can't
You
get
want to real bad, but you can't.
Yeah.
And then like they finally got to a point they're like, we have to lay you off because there's no more work. And I was like, all right, bitch. Like it was like one of those things.
it. Yeah.
But like
I get it. Fuck you.
But like, he fucked up and told me how much he paid for insulin
It's in.
with insurance.
So my mom's diabetic.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's a prohibitive amount of money
Yeah.
to be able to afford the drug that you need to stay alive,
Yeah.
essentially,
Yeah.
and live.
Yeah.
Yes, I can pay for this drug
Yeah.
and survive
Right.
and not be able to afford anything else.
No.
Or I can
Thank God for this drug because food's not an option right now.
basically.
Basically.
Yeah. Or I can maybe I'll skip a
Also,
month.
isn't it fucking wild? Like, if you're a low income household, the only food you can afford is the food that puts you on the shit list.
Yeah, it's in purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose, not in purpose.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on purpose.
intentional.
That's fucked up. Whatever that fucking is.
You get you on that tit and never let you off of it.
Because we're simple-minded people.
Or you grow your
We
own
have strong backs.
or you grow your own food.
Yeah, good luck. You know how much that costs just to fucking get that going? And how long the wait is for the fucking
Yeah, you've
harvest?
got to deal with a year of bullshit.
Yeah. Well, like, nobody owns enough land to make a harvest big enough to fucking feed your family
Sure.
for a year.
That's true.
I
That's,
guarantee.
that's it. But that's what they say. Well, if you don't like it, do it yourself. Like, okay, great. Interest rates are 8.5%.
Land is fucking $9,000 an acre.
It's $10,000 an acre right
Yeah.
now.
In Upshur County, for sure.
Generally, that's like a national average.
Which is nuts.
Yeah,
Because, like,
we're in a very rural. It's incorporated, but generally unincorporated
Texas.
area. $10,000 an acre.
yeah.
Right now.
Well, that's
For shit.
Well, that's happened since 2020, since people started moving
For
into Texas.
shit land.
Not even land you can do something
No,
with.
it's iron ore rock for the first 6 feet.
Especially in Upshur County.
And good luck after that. My backyard is black dirt. I have really good soil.
That's where they used to plant the yams
I have really good soil.
before the houses started being built on
I
it.
have really good soil. But I can't fight off the fucking squirrels.
Crackheads.
I get too many pecan trees. It's just like, ugh.
It's God damn it. If you want to be a person,
But if I wanted to raise a meat crop,
you got it.
I'd be limited to chickens.
That's it.
That's all I've got room for.
Yeah.
That's all I can afford.
Yes.
And I couldn't afford to feed them.
So I don't have it anymore because I don't talk to that side of my family.
Yeah.
But there's land that was meant for meat and gardening. Like, say what you want to say. Papaw figured some shit out long ago.
Most of those dudes did.
That's how they were raised.
Yeah.
This is before the shit.
Yeah.
They had daddies that said, like, goddamn, keep this garden going, get you some fucking chickens, keep the cows alive.
Couple of goats.
Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I bought this fucking acreage for $100 an acre.
Yeah.
But that was in
1887.
Yeah. It's wild, like how
It's stupid. We're so dumb. We are, as a society,
we
we are
care
so stupid.
we care more about what the next fucking black triangle we can put in our pocket than ooh. That was so smooth. We care more about this thing than anything else.
Yeah.
Because, oh, no, this tells me the fucking news I need to know. This tells me, like, all this shit I need to know. And it's absolute dog shit. What?
Well, I'm in here. Do you need one?
This is the last one. Look how many there. I did all that.
You did good.
I did a good job. I was afraid I forgot how to drink after Saturday night, but like,
Bubba, you remembered how to drink on
I
Saturday
remember how to do things. Granted, if like anyone else went through what I went through Saturday night, they would have been in jail.
I would have died.
That fucking 3 shots were not great. I just
3 shots?
4, no, 5.
Yeah.
5. Yeah. One was
You drank all the whiskey in Shreveport.
I did that. You hear that, Shreveport?
Fuck you.
Tighten up. It's wild to me that these old timers, the people that essentially build our community that we live in.
Like, I miss my dad.
I miss
But
my
when I say dad, I mean grandfather. And for the new viewers, like, I was raised by my grandparents.
Yes.
My dad was a dad/grandfather, was a World War II veteran, crotchety old motherfucker, greatest man I've ever known in my entire life.
Yeah.
He would look at what we're doing right now and be like,
What the fuck?
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You were fucking up.
Bad.
Like, do you understand how life works?
Yeah.
Because apparently you don't.
Here we are today, and like, so like most of my raising was from my grandmother, Mimi. Like, my parents raised me. I'm not gonna give them. I'm not trying to like take credit away from them at all.
Checks out. Yeah.
But my dad and my mom worked different shifts. My dad worked till like 6 in the afternoon, and then my mom worked at 1 till whatever in the afternoon, like 11 o'clock. So like, I had nobody to watch me.
Right.
My dad would pick me up and like, hey, it's time to get cleaned up, eat some dinner, and go to bed. And I was like, I've already ate dinner. They eat dinner at fucking 5:30 at Mimi's house.
Yeah.
You know? And
that generation was like,
they knew what sleep meant.
We fucked up by not embracing those values.
Yeah.
As a society.
As a society. Nothing good happens after fucking 10:30.
Those people survived. Most of those people survived the Great Depression.
Yeah.
World War II.
World War II. Korea, War, Vietnam.
And we're like,
they watched one of their beloved presidents get shot in the head.
Yeah.
Then they survived the Carpenters. I don't know how they fucking did that. Then they had to go through the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, man. I think the last couple of decades have been pretty wild, but like, you look back at what was going on. No.
Cold War.
Every day. Every fucking day.
Russia's about to blow us up. No, they're not.
No.
They never were. They never were.
Well, like, they didn't know that.
Yeah.
Every fucking day was a day that, like,
so that's like it's our duty at this point in time in our lives and where we are as a society.
Society.
Shut up. Is to put all of this bullshit melting pot information that we have together.
Yeah.
And understand what the fuck is actually going on.
Yeah.
Because we've got all the clues. That shit's already been laid out for us.
Well,
it's been the same since 1940.
Yes.
It's the same.
Well, think about
the formula has not changed.
No. Well, think about everything.
It's confuse, control, and conform.
Conform.
Well, if you conform, you conquer. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like you give them just enough.
It's the 3 C's of success.
You give them just enough information to make them think that they know what's going on.
Right.
But it's not the real information.
No.
So you confuse them because then you put the information out and then you put the real information out.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, you figure out what's true, right?
Right. Do your own research.
Right.
Wink, wink.
But nobody does.
No.
Because they're just relying on national media. At this point in time in our life, it's social media.
Yeah.
To tell us what's really going on.
Think about the people that follow the mainstream. The same shit that's been proven over and over again.
Yeah. It's
like, and like
they're just reading the script, man.
And it's wild. Like if you don't follow the mainstream media, you're some kind of right wing nutso. I'm not. Like where I stand socially in every fucking aspect.
I'm very mid.
I'm so like whatever liberal was in the early 2000s to like 2010. That's where I stand.
Yeah, it's midstream right now.
I want you to fucking be who you want to be.
I just want everybody to be like.
I want you to marry who you want to marry.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck. Whatever you do does not affect me. I want you to be...
That's what nobody knows right now.
Yeah.
That's what nobody understands right now.
Yeah. I want you to do whatever you fucking want to do.
Yeah. Unless you're, like, actively against me, my children, and my family, I don't fucking
Whatever.
care.
If your stance is, like, against what I'm trying to do, and I'm not saying I'm going to kill you or fight you, but, like, I'll just not pay any attention to you. I mind my own fucking business.
Yeah. That's a lost concept.
Like, seriously. Unless you are trying to fucking do something that affects my day.
Yeah. I don't care.
And, like, even that, I'm like, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. But, like, if you're trying to fucking take me away from my kids, take me away from going to work in the morning, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy for you. If you, whatever decision you make makes you happy, you figured something out. But like where I stand in life,
I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
No.
It's nuts.
And I mean, that may be a very like closed-minded way to look at it, because there are bigger.
It's closed-minded, but like honestly.
But we also just talked about shit that's buried under the pyramids that nobody knew about for 6,000 years.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm not arguing against your stance.
Yeah.
I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate.
Do it, baby.
Because
Play
yeah,
the
like
devil's advocate.
that shit matters
Yeah.
when it's weaponized,
And
and everything is weaponized right now.
right now.
So I'm the same way. Like I don't, like, as long as it doesn't directly affect me and my family, I kind of don't care.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of have to care.
Yeah.
Because I have to know what the
Fuck is going on.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a difference between not giving a shit and not being educated.
It's.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that's
like
perfect.
You have to understand what's going on. You have to be aware of the situation.
Right.
But once you become aware of the situation, you can determine if that is affecting you or not.
Well, like in 2019, Russia invaded Ukraine. Those poor Ukrainians. Like that's the.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. And then you realize, like, no, that this could have stopped at one point.
A long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
And, like, my heart goes out to both sides.
Yeah. People died on both fronts.
Yes. There's people in the Gaza Strip, they're suffering. No matter who the fuck owns the strip, there's people suffering right now.
That's a war that's been going on for 3,000 years.
I can't, like, where I stand, it's like, why the fuck are we doing this? Is there not a goddamn common ground we can find? Is there something, like, we can't fucking talk about or work out?
Also, is that not something we could just stay out of?
Well, like, I'm fine if we're in it, but if we're in it, let's fucking quit it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. So, like,
I know America's been playing a world police
let me
for the last
let me present it to you this way.
25 years.
So, if I'm in a fight, personally,
And I'm there.
and you're there, you're going to step in.
Handle it.
Yeah. Or help, at least.
Handle it.
Right. But if
God bless the soul.
some random dickhead pops off and gets his ass handed to him, and you're there,
Yeah.
and you know the context of the conflict,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, yeah, it's not my problem.
I'm the wrong person. If he's the underdog, I'm going to fucking...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Take your personal beliefs out of
Okay,
the
no,
scenario.
yeah, okay.
Just a generalization.
Right.
So, Sebastian, from Strange Brew.
My hero.
You were talking all the shit on him earlier.
I was really drunk.
So this guy,
Yeah.
after he's fed you all these whiskey shots,
Yeah.
turns around to the doorman and pops him in the face for no apparent reason.
Yeah, I would fucking figured it out, buddy.
That's what we should do.
Yeah.
Go to bed. Yes. Go to bed. Good night. I love you.
Pull my finger. Beat it, nerd.
You get what I'm saying, though?
No, I
it's
get
like,
it. Yeah.
At what point in time do you draw the line for it to be and I hate to use the word beneficial,
Yeah.
but that's what it is.
Well,
like, what are we? Hey, if I defend you right now,
What's it going to do for us?
what am I going to get out of this?
Well, and also I can see your point. Like, I know how much money we have sent to different countries,
yeah.
and it's the same amount of money that could have rebuilt Maui. That money could be put into inner cities in America.
Yeah, not even Maui. Just like
Well, no, I'm just saying Maui. They got,
the forest fires, the laser strike.
and it took $7 billion. Oh, you got something.
The laser strike.
Yeah. So no, Maui. It would take $7 billion to rebuild that community.
Yeah, our national debt is
But we sent.
what, $37 trillion at this point in time?
Yeah.
Because we just keep throwing money to other countries.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that they don't need it, they don't deserve it.
They do.
Like, I understand.
Uh-huh. But like we have things going on right here in America. We have things going on right here, right now,
That are so much cheaper and easier to fix.
and they need attention.
More so than whatever is going on wherever.
If you were sitting there in your primary school pledging allegiance to the flag, you went through the public school system, and you've learned your whole life that America has your back, your best interest.
Yeah, and then
you're here into this shit and you're fucking suffering.
our veterans,
1,000%.
those men and women
Who went to a
voluntarily
Yep.
said, you know what?
You know,
I love this place.
this is a great place.
I'm going to do everything in my power.
This is World War II in my eyes. I've heard all the
Yeah.
glory.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I want to do that.
I respect I respect what this thing represents.
If you
Sorry,
were
not
ever
resembles.
in the military and you sat there and you went through boot camp, licking boots with your drill sergeant screaming in your face,
Yeah.
and you learned a trade, I'm a gunner.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the back seat of a Humvee, and handling business.
Yeah.
Then you go over there and you fucking lose your leg because of an IED. And then you get back to the
Let's
States.
say it's not even that bad. Say
No.
you're just like,
You got shell shock.
yeah, your brain doesn't work quite like it used to work.
Get out of here.
And
I'm
now
gonna call the
you
president.
and now you need help.
Yeah.
It's not available
No, it's hard to get any kind of help.
because we're so interested in funding worldpolice.com.
Is it bed?
Bed.
Yeah, go to bed.
I'm about to go to bed. Get out of here.
That we can't help those people. We have missed the mark
That's bad.
in a bad way.
In a very bad way. There's dudes that are looking at outside resources to find fucking just
I don't know, man. I'm
that makes me crazy, man. That I agree with you with that.
somebody signed up to basically lose their life
I'm doing what I need to do for my country
to keep what we have as a thing.
to validate our freedom.
And like, there are also very valid alternative situations that are very important. Homelessness is rampant and needs
Bad.
to be fixed.
Well, like what percentage of homeless people are veterans?
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Hunger is valid. It needs to be fixed.
Dude, any child that needs to eat, I can't stand the thought of it. Like,
But if we're going to do one thing right as a country, protect your own. Like,
Yeah.
take care of the people that took care of you, right?
that-
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's business.
So like that's where
I don't understand why this is such a hard concept.
That's
for
where my thought
government
is.
to figure it out.
That's where my thought is. We're sending money over there, and we have so many problems here in America with the unhoused people, homeless,
Yeah.
the veterans,
Yeah.
hunger.
Yeah.
Like all these things can be fucking nipped in the butt if this money is put in the right place.
Yeah. Keep it at home.
Like I get it. Like I've said many times.
Invest in yourselves.
I'm a fucking
So,
welder.
so like every like self-help therapist, guru, whatever you want to call it. Sorry about that.
He's pissed off too.
Is like
He's fired up.
invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Why didn't the country follow the same situation?
Right.
Invest in yourself.
Well, goddamn. In my mind, if you're making the calls for the quote unquote greatest country in the world right now, like I feel like we won that title at one point.
Yeah. 1.5 world wars.
Yeah.
Podcast was over.
I think we don't know. We're in it.
Did we get to watch our stuff?
Go somewhere else.
But do we get to watch our stuff?
Go watch it right now.
So like, where was that? Tornado sauce threw me off for a little bit.
He does that.
God, where was I? I was about to make a point, dude.
Damn it.
Let me just start it.
Start over. Just
If I start it, maybe it'll come to me.
Yeah.
So like if you're a person and you know that like you have to take care of your children, this, that, and the other. This is not where I was going. I'm farting all up right now.
I'm sorry, we got massively distracted.
Tornado sauce struck again. This is the thing about this podcast. It's just going to happen.
It's very random. Things happen as they need to.
Is there people talking?
Dustin told us we look good.
No sound on YouTube. We lose battery?
Oh, we did.
Oh no.
Oh no! All right. Well, let's just
Let's just fucking
let's just do it. Let's end it.
We're
all right.
going somewhere, but like we fucking
We'll
pooped
come back to it.
We pooped our pants.
So much for that 6-hour battery life. I charged those yesterday.
Yeah. It's whatever. Adios. See you
We
later.
love you.
Love you.
Hey, take care of each other.
Y'all just show each other love.
Just don't be an asshole.
God damn it.
I mean, you can be an asshole, but like, be a nice asshole.
Tastefully.
Tastefully, yes.
There's a way you can be an asshole that's not fucking shitty.
We'll give you lessons.
We're here for it.
Love you.
Love, baby, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, bop, boop.